Good evening for people that are in America, and good afternoon to those people that are in New Zealand. It's Friday here in New Zealand. Yes, I live in the future, so I can tell you things that are going to happen, which is always exciting. Now, we have got some news. I've just asked some of my Avengers to give me some news on the latest Goliath Ventures sagas, and there's a whole list of subpoenas, is that a word, that are coming out, which I'll read out the names, but people like Nick Petrillo, Matt Burks are all getting subpoenas to appear in the courtroom for their association, or as I like to say, their co-conspirators. And there's also other things happening which are unfolding nicely. For example, Darlene from Channel 9 News is starting to get bombarded by people who are victims, asking her to confirm where she got her information from. And there's a few disclaimers being printed out in the public arena, which are quite funny. A lot of the stuff will unfold as I go live today. But tonight, we're going to take a deep look at Jimmie and Arlene Williams. And why do I like the word Arlene? Come on, Arlene, baby. This is a couple who have heavily been involved in promoting BG wealth sharing before the platform collapsed into chaos, frozen withdrawals, and growing accusations of fraud. Now, we have seen some mainstream media do some awesome reporting, especially in Hawaii, where some people have been fined up to $50,000 for their involvement in promoting BG wealth sharing. So a lot of people at the moment are currently trying to scrub their content. Now, I was restreaming Queen of Karma's Gaga deep dive investigation that she just did. Now, Gaga has sent myself a cease and desist letter telling me to scrub all her content off the internet or else, which is a bit of a laugh. But we've also got these other people out there that don't see the seriousness in what they have been doing by promoting BG wealth sharing. But all of a sudden, we are seeing a lot of content being scrubbed off the internet. So part of my job and my Avengers, people like Queen of Karma, what we like to do is do long form content where we can document these individuals who are actually trying to scrub their content from the internet. We've already had one video removed, but we cleaned that up enough to keep it in line with the policies of YouTube and had it put back online. So anybody who's watching these videos of mine, feel free to download any of my content and re-upload it. You will never ever receive a copyright strike from me. We want to keep this content online. The other day, I thought that my website was getting a denial server attack because when I was investigating Goliath Ventures, we were getting something like 73,000 requests per second, and it literally took my website offline. But because of the publicity that we've been getting from CoffeeZilla, who's done this amazing video, I'm just having a look at my website as we speak right now. I'm just going to flip over to the screen just to show you that in the last 30 minutes, I've had 83 people look at my website, which is quite cool. And if I go to real-time stats, you can actually see in the last 5 minutes, I've had 11 people look at my content, and also in the last 30 minutes, 60. And it shows you a map here, obviously, of America. We've got what other, I can't see that other country. I don't know how to move that off there. Or maybe you can do plus. Do we do that? Philippines. But most of my content is America, South Korea. We have somebody in our family at the moment in South Korea. No, he's not South Korea. Forgot where he is. No, he's in the Tonga, but we were thinking about going to South Korea. And people in New Zealand looking at my content. So it's pretty cool that we've actually got a big footprint. And when I say my website, if I go to danny.co.nz or deheck.com, you'll see that on the website, we have all our latest YouTube videos displayed. I have an About Us page that explains to people what we're trying to accomplish here. It's not just me. There's a team of Avengers, people that are sick of online fraud, and we go after these people hammer and tong, and we name and shame anyone running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or a scam. But what my strengths are is that mainstream media are now starting to cover the work that we've been doing. Now, I have been in the New York Times, 2-page spread in the New York Times, which is fantastic. I helped The Guardian put out 14 articles about Sam Lee. They wouldn't publish my name because the editor was too scared to, but on the 14th article, they said, what the heck? And they put my name in the paper. So a lot of the work that we do is unsung. And if you are a reporter or anyone looking for information, please do reach out to us. We're happy to provide you that information anonymously if you want. But we are gathering some amazing intel. Now, recently, and I'm talking 3 days ago, we actually had an article here by CoffeeZilla, which I published ages ago, but that's not a real photo. That's an AI generated photo of CoffeeZilla and I. He did take a photo of us two together when I was in his $10 million studio. But he has released a video on the internet, which basically, if you haven't watched it, with the people in the world. Now, this video here is just incredible.
My God-given gift was people are attracted to me.
Yeah,
people just naturally gravitate towards me. My circle of influence started growing. So natural.
Today, we're investigating one of the hardest cases of my career, a $300 million.
Okay, just pause that for a while. I was going to here, but I don't know exactly how many people have viewed this. He's had nearly 5,000 comments. This is amazing. CoffeeZilla has a bigger footprint than mainstream media. It's absolutely amazing. So he's had 2.4 million views looking at that video, and it's 2 days old. 2 months ago, the last video he did had 2.5 million views, and that was 2 months ago. This one here, 2 days ago. So if you haven't watched it, watch it. It's absolutely crazy. And he's done a very nice, generous thing to me, which is really, he's put a big shout out to help support the work that myself and my Avengers do. Now, that will enable us to do a lot of really cool things. So you'll see some things. What I really would like to do is get a team of Avengers together, people that can actually help us fight these scammers, go into Zoom meetings, cause disruption, create awareness. And I have been struggling financially for the last 5 years, I'll be honest. And he did a big shout out, and it has actually helped us with donations, and it really is making a huge difference. It's taken a big stress of my life, and I can't even really tell you what impact that has actually had on me, because it's a little bit embarrassing, because a lot of the scammers that we go after are raving successes, got more money than a bull can shit. And it does seem funny to be on the internet begging people for cups of coffee to survive. Why I'm reporting these people. 7 lawsuits in the last 18 months. And I'm talking 2 in the High Court. I think I've got 1 in the High Court at the moment. Have I got 2 in the High Court? I've got 1 in the High Court, a few district cases, 3 in Pakistan. But anyway, we have had to defend ourselves on that, all because we're reporting the truth and trying to stop the scammers, which is pretty hard work. But anyway, today we're going to actually look at what we actually do well. Now, we are brilliant at exposing people, but some people need to be exposed. Now, as I said, there's a couple out there at the moment, which is called Jimmie and Arlene, baby, Williams, and they have continued to promote BG wealth sharing. And now they're telling people to promote another opportunity that they believe is true and genuine. So I wrote a whole blog about them yesterday after I finished my live. I put together all the information. I thought, I'm not going to let this couple away with it. And I think Queen and Karma and I are the same, that we're going to pluck off every one of these big promoters that we have seen. So before I even get started, I'm going to go back to, this is the couple that we're looking at today. And I don't think I've done what I normally do. No, I haven't. So this is the couple. Yeah, I have. So what I've got to do, I'm going to go into persons of interest, and this is my database that people don't get to see. And we've got persons of interest. So these are the people that we have found interesting. It doesn't mean they're guilty, but they are people that have been associated with BG wealth sharing. So when I go into this couple here, I now need to add a link over here, and I paste that in here, and now we'll have a quick link of persons of interest. So not only is that couple, so we've done Lee Meadows, Earl Stringer, which has just decided to do a video today to taunt Queen of Karma. He's going to do a whole campaign about how he was just documenting his journey. Well, we're going to do a feature on him as well, because I can't understand people that say it's okay to document their journey. So let's just say I didn't know that bank that I was in, I was robbing at the time, but it's okay to go into the bank that I'm robbing and steal people's money and then document my journey. And then when the police turn up, you start to report on the same YouTube channel that you were just documenting your whole journey from A to Z, and then say, I'm not responsible for the crime that's going on. So this guy's been promoting BG wealth sharing, and he's been documenting his journey. But in the meantime, you'll find affiliate links below where people can sign up and share his journey with them. And then at the end of it, tell people, I'm just doing this because I'm documenting my journey. Are you batshit Crazy. That's what people are doing. So a lot of these promoters that you see in here have actually made lots of dollars. Now, just using Gaga as an example, she claims that she has made, well, no, she doesn't claim. People are telling us that she's either made $3 million or $6 million. Now, when the scam fell over, part of the exit strategy was telling people that if you want your money back, you've got to pay us more money. And they were saying that you had to pay 12%. So that means if she had $3 million, she would have had to pay $700,000 to put it into the platform so she could withdraw her money. So there's all these individuals out there at the moment which are telling people that what you need to do is top up your account so you can take out your money. And then they're telling you that they won't confirm or deny that they have topped up their accounts. But if you do top up your account, then they're telling you stories of people that you can't verify that have been able to get some of their money out. But not all their money, because people say there's nothing wrong with BG wealth sharing, even though $41 million has been seized on the blockchain that was money laundered, and they managed to intercept that money and hold that money. Now they're telling people that people have been able to put in 12% and get some of their money back. And that's causing doubt. And now people that have lost lots of money may be getting desperate, trying to ask friends and family for money so they can release their money thinking it's genuine. It's just, I don't know if I explained that right. I've just brushed back from having a couple of hours off work. And but what I'm getting at, I'm going to show you two dirty, disgusting YouTubers. Now, I was going to write them a reply, and I did write them a reply, and I've messaged them a few times. However, their emails all bounce back. All their websites all bounce back. Then nothing they've got on their media actually allows me to contact these people. I don't even have a phone number of this couple. But before we do, I'm just going to carry on reading my introduction. So now, before victims have even recovered from the disaster, the same couple are already promoting a so-called opportunity called, and I'll have to get this read because it's to do with gold,
Aureus Alliance Holdings.
Aureus Alliance Holdings. Now that sounds glamorous. A gold mining share scheme using affiliate links, commissions, Zoom calls, and promises of financial freedom. Does that sound familiar? In this stream, this one, I'm going to walk you through the evidence, the red flags, the affiliate system, the unfinished legal pages on the website, and the psychological tactics used to convince ordinary people, that's you, to trust these opportunities. Now, we're going to fully expose this couple. If you actually were standing beside the couple and they were on a busy road and they told you to cross the road, after this video, you're going to be thinking, I wouldn't listen to those commands from these people. I wouldn't even scratch your bum if these people told you had a flea on your bum. These people are not credible. They are providing fraudulent activity. They're committing fraud online. They are not regulated financial advisors, and they have no right to tell you what to do with your money. And this is what we're going hard of. We've had enough. We're sick of these people who get on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and they promote lies, telling you that you're going to get financial freedom. Now, we go hard after multi-level marketing because there's a lot of people out there like me who say that there's no money to be made with multi-level marketing. It's something ridiculous. Like 99% of people never make the money they claim when they sell you the concept of becoming a salesperson for a multi-level marketing company. And there's better ways to make money online. Now, we're going to stop now and we're going to go to a commercial break where you can find the right way to make money online. You won't see that on this YouTube channel, guys. But we're not here for any other reason to save you. We work for victims and we help victims become survivors. And we've even got little wee books that you can buy for $5 each to help support the work that we do, so that you can identify the red flags. So when a friend of yours comes around to your house and says, I have an opportunity for you, you will know how to say no, thank you. And when they say to you, oh, this, you're missing out, the fear of missing out, the FOMO they call it, or they come up with these really lame things they're going to tell you that why you should and you need to do this and you need to do it soon and all this sort of stuff, you'll be able to say, no, I'm pretty good, thanks. You can go off and find some other friends that you haven't visited for the last 4 years. Anyway, we're also going to look at, I don't know if I explained that well, we're also going to look at the question nobody wants to ask. At what point does promotion promoting one failed opportunity after another, stop being bad judgment and start looking like a business model. And if I break that down for you, these couples are just saying, oh, well, it is, because after it's finished, they tell you it was a high risk investment. When they're pitching it to you, they tell you it's the best thing since sliced bread. And then when you go through and look at the history
New
of these
donation
individuals.
from Tim.
Tim, thank you very much. I really appreciate the donation. That's awesome. Really do. So at what point does a bad judgment call look like a business model? Because these people just go from one disaster to the next, and it's all done that way. Okay, I'm also encouraging people to think critically. That's what I said. Do proper research and never hand over money to online opportunities simply because someone sounds confident on a Zoom call. So that's basically it now. Now, I don't know if I can really express that enough, but what we're looking at here is exposing Jimmie and Adelaide Williams, fake coaches, fake promises, real damage. And if we go back to this couple here and we go into the persons of interest, I just want to show you why I'm saying that. So first of all, we come down here. We've got a couple here that had a website address. We're going to open this up first. And this is what you call an affiliate page. So Jimmie Williams, and he's a representative for the company. And you come down here, you can either log in to a fake app and sign up and get yourself some fake gold. You can come down here, and I haven't even done a review on this, so I can just tell you it's a scam straight away. 500 hectares planted. Plants, but I don't even know what this is. I'm not even going to read this rubbish. It's just the same old rubbish every day. It doesn't matter what they're selling, whether it's toothpicks or airlines or skyscrapers. Final countdown. See the fear of missing out? 21 days before the launch happens. And then you can come here and watch a video, which I haven't even bothered clicking on. And then it tells you about them. And then you come down here and you watch more videos. And before you know it, you can see all the shares, the whole 9 yards and blah, 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 blah. And now this is proof of concept. So here we are. We are now looking at, now what country was it? It did say Africa. I think it was Africa. So these are people in Africa looking like they're mining gold, and this is to give credibility. Now at the start here, proof of operations. There's no machinery. There's a bunch of men standing around talking. And if you think this is proof of operations, well, whatever. But what I did is I went to about, and then I went to the bottom pages here. There's an affiliate page. I wonder if I can actually I know what to do. I took out his affiliate link, right? So you take out his affiliate link, and that will take you back to the real website without his promotion on it. You scoot to the bottom, and you go to the affiliate link. And then you see what he's signed up for. So you, if you want to promote fake gold and rip your friends and family off, can come down here and sign up for an affiliate link. And then you're in the pyramid. But if you go to the bottom here, the pages that we always look at, which are the fun ones, are the privacy, terms and conditions, and legal disclaimer. So what happens when you click on those? Well, you get all the placeholders. So they haven't even finished the website off. It's just absolutely batshit crazy. All right, so that's one thing that he's promoting. But the next thing, if you go to his business coach, that doesn't work. If you go to his next business coach thing, that doesn't work. If you go to this one, this does still work. But I tried to do a write a reply to these people, and how far did it get? Well, their email bounces back. And this is royalty-free images. And there's also a disclaimer at the bottom. Everything that you ever want on a good Ponzi scheme is right here in front of you, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even know what these guys here, but they're JWAD Consulting. And you can read about them, but you can't contact them. Stupid. So I wrote to them. I've tried contacting them. I cannot get a right or reply. However, they will, I even wrote under one of their videos, I've assumed. But what I'm saying is this couple here are telling you how to be raving successes. They're giving you professional advice, and they're not even professional themselves. So read it and weep if you want. Now, I'm not sure what we should do here, whether we should read the blog first or we should watch the videos. What I'm going to do is we're going to leave the blog reading. I will put timestamps in this when this comes out in the real version. And I'll acknowledge everybody in the chat room when I get a chance. I'm just going to click on the few buttons to see how they turn up. Thomas, how you doing? Nice to see you here, Thomas. Thomas is somebody local, and he is actually a radio announcer. And I am promising you, Thomas, I promise you I will one day come in and we'll talk on the show, which would be really, really cool. I've just had a offer from Chris Lynch to go and be interviewed by him, which is quite nice. He's another local guy. And we will come through here and we'll just see what happens to Queen of Karma. She's looking good on stage. And we've got, Mr. Morrison. Now, you should come on and say good day one day. I don't know if you noticed after Queen of Karma finished her video, one of the videos I was going to watch next was your video. I'm actually just going to do that now because you're here. Let's go to, I don't know, I might have to move you across from Ponzi scammers to BG Wealth, Anthony Milton, provider. There it is. I've actually got you under Ponzi scheme and scammers. Now, I just want to give commendation where commendation due. I like your videos. I think they're really good. I do actually watch most of your videos. I can see it's frustrating being a YouTuber, isn't it? When 64 people look at your videos and then you put on another one and it gets 408, and then you put on another one and it gets 1.5 thousand. It's crazy, isn't it? But I love your thumbnails. They're looking really, really cool. And I will watch whatever's one you've got next. You're actually the guy. And look, this is the funnest one ever. Notice this one's got 2.2 thousand views. And if you have a look at it, my pizza's been delivered. You have a look at it, he's wearing a no scam t-shirt. Isn't that pretty cool? See that? Look at that. No scam. I know. Thanks, son. I haven't had breakfast yet and I've just had pizza delivered. I'm living this lifestyle. But yes, if you haven't checked out Mr. Morrison, now what he's done, he's actually made all his videos where he was promoting BG Wealth Sharing available for members. He doesn't want to lose his journey. And he was also one of these individuals that was promoting just his journey, but now he's also promoted the detrimental effects his journey has had on himself and his friends. And I love your thumbnails, and that's why I've got them on the screen there. So welcome to the channel, and it's nice to have you, and we'd love to interview you one day when you've got a chance, pop on the channel, but not today because I'm on a message. Now, if you're wondering what the Danny DeHeg actually has, that's his, all the green bit is the pizza. I'm having pizza. I'm going to eat that in between. But I'm going to eat my pizza after we've done this. So what I wanted to do is, I think I've explained it enough, but we've got a video, and I've got these backed up in case they disappear while I'm doing my live, but we'll go over to here, and I'm going to show you the videos that we've got. So what we've got is, the first one is we've got live BG Wealth Zoom call. Should we pay the 12%? And he's got 10,000 views 6 days ago. We're going to have a look at that video. And that video was only going to be online for 24 hours and he was going to take it off. Now, if you're not doing that shady, I don't know why you would say that and take that video off. Then you've got his motivational walk through the park video. And then we've got this one here, which is a real baddie. Real baddie. 1 day ago, he's now telling people to get into the gold scam that I just showed you. And it's definitely a scam. But what I want to show you is how these guys pivot from one disaster to the next, and they expect you to follow their leadership. These guys can't even afford to keep their websites going, so it just gets worser and worser. And I know that's not a word, so it's okay. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go back to the start of this, and I think this video is quite good, so I might speed it up a little bit, but I think you'll get the idea of the type of advice that these people think they have a right of giving you, and I just actually think it's really, really bad. And while that's playing, I'm going to eat my lunch, and I'll give you my commentary if I need to along the start. So let's try that.
We're over 100 now, so
they've got 100 people in their Zoom meeting.
People are getting.
So yeah, Queen Arlene and I, we're just we want to make sure we give you correct information, accurate information, and we don't want anybody to lose their investments and all that they've put into this. And
yeah, that's lovely, isn't it?
Your team is trusting in you and relying on you to give them updates and all that stuff. And we have to wait until we're here too. But tonight we're gonna talk about. Well, we're gonna have another perspective. We have some other people in the group that are actually doing something a little bit different than what we were recommending that you do. Even though we stand on what we said, we're open to hear other interpretation and find out people who are actually doing it and getting, it's working for them. I want you guys to hear what they have to say. And King Curtis is on here too, because we originally kind of took instructions from what his team, Sparta Nation, is doing. In fact, all of us are
all of us are Sparta Nation.
Right, exactly.
Yeah,
right.
we just want to make sure that we siphon through what we're.
Can you hear the concern in their voice? I mean, these guys, I haven't watched a photo. Well, I have actually watched quite a few videos of theirs. But, this is what really pisses me off in my Avengers. These people come in here like they're helping people they've pushed off the cliff. They've taken the ladder, they've taken the fire pole down the cliff after they've pushed everyone off. Now they're at the bottom of the cliff trying to act like they're medics, and they're helping everyone make the right decisions for the shit that they've got themselves into. I mean, you can't make this shit up. And this is an oxymoron. It is absolutely batshit crazy that these people think they have some way of helping people they've pushed over the cliff. And then, like I'm going to show you, this couple are pivoting right into another disaster. They haven't learned from their lessons. They're not remorseful.
Hearing,
Right.
you know, in addition to, because a lot of people are doing a lot of things. Some people are trying. We got people that you know, came as a lamb to the slaughter, so to speak.
Right. Exactly.
And,
Yeah.
you know, they tried. So, you know, we want everyone to kind of hear the perspective and make an educated decision based on your own finances and your own thought process. you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, and for those of you that are overseas that took the time to join us on this meeting, we know that it's late, so we appreciate you taking the time to do that, because it's late there where you are, and you guys are also needing answers. We were going to try to get this done earlier, but the information didn't come to us until later, so unfortunately we couldn't have done it earlier.
Absolutely.
So, but we will have this as a recording that we can distribute later. Jimmy will have to download it, and we'll just forward it afterwards.
Right.
So
one thing I haven't told you, there's a IRS agent who's reached out to me, wants to help me do investigations. I gave them this couple's details and showed him this couple's videos. So he said he's going to look into it. I don't know what that means. But, you know, this is the type of stuff that we want off the internet. These guys should be, there's some videos on their YouTube channel that make them look like they're normal couples, but they're not. They're predators, and they're going after people, and they're financially benefiting from doing it. And this isn't clickbait. This is actually commission bait. They're going after it and getting those commissions.
So I think what we should do, go ahead, honey. What were you going to say? Okay. So what we should do is we need to get started because we have a lot of, you know, quite a bit to cover. And I'm going to have Queen Arlene pray. I always pray in the beginning, but man, she's a powerhouse and she prays. And I want you guys to, you know, just bow your heads with us and let's go before our Heavenly Father before we go into this, okay?
amen.
Mr. Morris, you're a hard case. They all open in prayer, don't they? It is absolutely batshit crazy. I'll actually see if I can bring that comment up.
Amen. I'm honored to be able to open up the family prayer.
Scam and prayer.
So, Father, we just want to thank you and praise you that no matter what, you are our source.
Hallelujah.
Our faith has been
Hallelujah.
tested in this time, and you have kept us steady. Some of us, you know, it's been difficult because there's so much riding on our shoulders for other people. But I ask for the spirit of peace to be released on this line. I come against any spirit of confusion.
And look, notice how they pray and they try to tell you NLP training will get your brain going, and they'll be telling you that this is all your problem. And if this was God's will to promote these scams that they've been promoting, I would have been struck by lightning a long time ago. And I think it's Matthew 24:14, because I got that drummed into me when I was a Jehovah's Witness. I think that was the signs of the last days. There will be wars, pestilences, earthquakes, and scams, you know, across the world. They don't actually mention scams. They should have said Ponzi schemes will be a sign of the last days, which is absolutely batshit crazy. But these guys are using scripture to... Why are they using scripture? What has God got to do with this? I mean, didn't Jesus throw the money changers out of the temple? Isn't that, if you are, you follow the Bible, but he said in God's temple, there's not, are these people Pharisees? You know, they've got the flash cars and the nice houses and the great lifestyles and the flash suits. They're Pharisees, and they will get their reward in full on earth, and they won't make the heavens or something like that. So I'm not bad for somebody who hasn't done anything biblical for 30 years. Well, I think I've explained that quite nicely.
No weapon that is formed against every person that is under the sound of our voice will prosper.
Amen. Yes.
And every tongue that rises against them, you've given us the authority to show to be in the wrong.
Hallelujah.
So even now, we just release shalom on the line, and we ask, Father, that
religion is it
the
now?
information that we release, maybe it would be a release to someone else. that it would help us to make clear, concise decisions.
Yes.
Direct us, lead us, guide us, advise us. Your scripture says, you are made unto us wisdom, sanctification, righteousness, and
Give me a
redemption.
bucket.
So we trust in you because of that. And we're asking and sealing the blood of Yahuwah over each and every person, the blood of Jesus.
Yahuwah.
Yes.
We're sealing each and every person with the blood of Jesus. And we're thanking you that we're able to move in a way and protect our family's income,
Yes.
protect it from outside forces, from not just what we're hearing about BG, but just any forces. Protect our finances.
Yes.
In the name of Abba Yahuwah, we pray.
Abba
or the
Yahuwah.
name of Almighty God, we pray. Amen and
Hallelujah.
amen.
Amen. Amen.
Take it away.
Hallelujah.
Amen.
Man, oh man, if y'all agree with that, church, say amen.
Amen.
Amen. Hallelujah.
Hey,
Give him
Danny.
praise. He's good. No matter what, right? No matter the circumstance, he's good. So having said that, we want to kind of, go right into what we were talking about earlier. We have a different perspective. We brought some other members that I would consider as, they're cross line. They're not directly underneath us, but they're part of the family. They're all a part of Sparta Nation, to some degree, and they have had a different experience than what Arlene and I have been telling you guys. All right, we told everybody initially just to hang tight and don't do anything, and we told you guys to go ahead and go and get into not the bond chat, but the Telegram group and follow them and see. And there was a great announcement supposed to be coming this morning. It wasn't what we thought it was going to be. But having said all that, I had a good conversation with Curtis, and I was on his conference call this morning, and we were all in agreement to just wait it out another 3 days and see what they're going to do. But there were some people some other members that did not do that. They actually paid the 12%, and they actually have good news to share.
Well, this is the part that I really don't like. But anyway, Curtis, I think he's called Coach Curtis, and I think we've got him on file as well now, thanks to this couple. But this is where they put doubt in your mind, and they're non-committal as well. And also, if they really cared about you, they would pay your 12% for you.
With us, all right? Small caveat, dramatic pause. We're not telling you what to do.
No.
We're just giving you more options on what you should do so you can make an educated decision at the end of the day, all right? Our heart.
Excuse me. They used to say that if you give $1,000, they only use 1% of your money to do the trades. But the trades, get this, are 98% successful. So 99% of your money was never used to do the risky tradey stuff, to give you the illusion that your money wasn't being used or wasn't unsafe. Now you've lost the whole lot and asked to pay more. And now they're telling you, I don't know what they're telling you. They're just telling you a bunch of lies and trying to make it your fault and trying to give you direction like they don't know what to do, and non-committal shit. It's just absolutely unreal.
Queen Arlene and I, the people that we serve, even if you're not under us or beside us or whatever, we don't want you guys losing your initial investment. We always stress, only invest the amount of money that you can afford to lose.
Bullshit. I don't remember hearing them say that ever. And this is like Gaga. She was telling everyone the same speech, but when we saw her standing on stage preaching and pushing this down your throat, I don't remember her ever saying this is a high-risk investment, which she has says now, and nor have I ever heard anyone say only invest what you're prepared to lose. Who wants to lose money?
In other words, if you put 1,000 in and you make 5,000 and you get, you would withdraw at least 1,000, at least you got your original investment out. So now you're into
at the top of the pyramid. They did,
or pure profit. But some people, when they got in, they never took anything out. They just continued to invest and let it compound, and then everything appeared to be frozen, so you can't get anything out. And those are the people we definitely want you guys to get your money back, at least. And then you can make a decision to join another platform or something else.
See, he's grooming you already, and that's why I'm playing this video. Then you can make a decision to join another platform at the least. So why would he have said that? Because he's got something else he wants you to pivot onto. And this is the batshit horrible people. These are the bottom feeders.
Else, right? Until they figure out what they're going to do, and if it's gone belly up, then we are not. We've been privy to rug pulls. right?
Really?
Some that are much worse than this, where you didn't make no money. Well, Queen Arlene and I were privileged to make about 10 grand since we started in January, because she reached level 3, I reached level 2, and we were getting a salary like once every 10 days, 9th, the 19th, and 29th, and then we made extra bonuses. But a lot of you didn't get a chance to do that.
Oh, so you're one of the unlucky ones, and the odds were against you. I mean, statistically speaking, it would be fair to say 85% of people, if not 90% of people that participate in BG wealth sharing, from my experience, would have lost more than they put in. These guys were taking out money, and all of a sudden they tell you, I've got this money in here and I can't get it out. But they've already been taking money out along the way because they know how these schemes work.
So we want you to recover. All right. Having said that, we're gonna have the first person come on here, and I want him to come forward if he's here. Mr. Kenny, was it Kenny we're gonna have speak first?
Yeah, why not?
Mr. Lampkins, are you there, my brother? You there?
Yes, sir. What's up, my brother?
All right, King. I like your picture, man. Oh, you the real you. I like that. No, I like how you look.
The real me. It's all good.
Okay, family. Peace and blessings to you, and take it away, okay? And share with us what you've experienced.
First, what I want to say is thank you for inviting me on. Jimmie and Arlene, it's a privilege.
Yep.
And I am a Army veteran, retired, and I know a little thing or two about taking a little bit of sacrifice.
Amen.
So being that said, is me and one of my other Army veterans that's also a BG Wealth member. I think he's also in the chat right now with us. We took the liberty to go in the complete opposite direction of what we was instructed to do because we're knuckleheads. So
I got you.
Right, so what we decided to do was go against the grain. We decided to test the theory of what was true and what was not true. So what we decided to do was when they said, hold on, first, I want to pause right quick because this is one big, first the code is out because we're still continuing to trade as we speak right now.
Right now. Okay, the code is out. All right.
There's a code. So I gotta kind of let me disseminate that right quick, and then I'll continue right quick. But that's just to tell you. That's just to show you an example that BG Wealth has never stopped ever since all the speculations about all the information we've been getting.
Okay.
It never stopped. And I'll give you a prime example. If I'm talking too fast, or I need to repeat myself, or you need to cut me off to ask the question, Jimmie, Arlene, please feel free to do that as well.
We can see you and hear you loud and clear. We like your voice. Keep going.
And if I could interject, I know there's going to be a lot of questions. So if you guys can hold your questions until Kenny gives us his receipts, gives us what he's doing, and even Donald or anybody else from y'all's team, because that's what we want. We want to give you guys the opportunity, and everybody can think it through, and then we can ask questions. I know we're gonna have a lot of questions, but if y'all can just sit tight until Kenny can.
Oh, absolutely. Okay. So
appreciate you, fam.
Yep.
So what we decided to do was we decided to stay on Bond Chat and get as much information as possible. When we was told to put on hold, we said we're not going to do that. We're just going to stay on Bond Chat. We kind of wanted to dig into the information of was Bond Chat hacked? Was it compromised? Was Bond Chat compromised? I can't say it was, and I can't say it wasn't. There's always a chance that anything could be compromised. The first rule of thumb when something is compromised, when it has something to do with the username and the password, is to change your password immediately and make it stronger.
Oh, now they're giving you guidance.
I did that. I changed my password just to be on the safe side. What me and Donald decided to do is we kept trading. There's only the first day when everything started, what happened was they didn't put the code out on chat. In our minds, we disregarded everybody saying that Bond Chat was hacked. So we just disregarded that. We just followed through. We still kept getting communication through the Bond Chat with Dr. Stephen Beard. So we were receiving the codes. I do fault Dr. Stephen Beard. I think somebody.
I mean, this is batshit crazy, really, isn't it? Here they are telling you that they're receiving the codes. It's like, we're on a boat. It's called the Titanic. We've hit the iceberg, and the water is coming in. The band's still playing, and we're just going to sit here, putting in the same codes, the coordinates, so that the ship can keep going on its destination. And they think that's good. I mean, they're absolutely batshit crazy.
I just muted everyone, so you can unmute my brother. Go ahead, because someone was talking.
Okay, so what we decided to do is we dissected what Dr. Stephen Beard was talking about. as Americans, when we hear tax, we hear, some kind of government agency. They want some money. Who we got to pay? I think Stephen Beard should have did a better job of making it more clear about what the tax was. It's not a tax. What it was, and I'm gonna read this. This came off a bond chat, kind of when this stuff still started. And this was this came straight directly from Dr. Stephen Beard. He said, "This is a strict requirement from international regulatory audits. Given the regulatory bodies require a comprehensive asset penetration audit of all accounts."
Amen.
In short, because the regulatory body is uncertain about which funds in your account represents principal and represents earnings, they require you to submit a one-time compliance declaration based on your total account balance. This 12% is not an amount deducted from your account by the platform, but rather to demonstrate to auditors that the fund source is.
The crazy thing about this is, imagine if you're in an arena, right? And you're in Rome and they've got the Colosseum and everyone's rah, 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 and there's a big fight with a bull and the guy with the red flag or the pizza. And that's to take the Red Bull's mind off it. So all of a sudden, everyone's lost all their money, right? The Colosseum lights up, everyone's fuming. And then to take their mind off it, let's add a 12% fee in there, and they all start focusing on the red, which is very similar to a red flag. Everyone's focusing on the 12%, but no one's talking about all the money going. And it's just so funny that they're now shifted their focus. It's like you will let the droid pass sort of style.
Legitimate. Mm-hmm. Once the adjustment is complete, this amount will be fully returned to you. If the adjustment is not completed, all funds on the platform will be frozen and no one will be able to withdraw.
Oh, no.
So that given said, the message, the message wasn't sent clearly. It's not a tax. We're not paying some government agency. We're not paying nobody. We're not putting it on our DSJ account and somebody takes it and we go pay something. It was simply more of an integrity of your account because apparently there's been so-called hackers or whatever you want to call them that was going against the rules. The rules was one person, one account. If you manage an account, that's one thing.
You mean Pixel can't have an account?
Guys were having multiple accounts. So this was more of a compliance from DSJEX. It wasn't from BG Wealth because BG Wealth has BG Wealth. Hold on, okay, there we go. BG Wealth has a contract with the DSJ, so we have to be in compliance, and that was part of being in compliance is checking the integrities of our account. So what me and Donald Pruitt do, we went ahead and.
If you recognize this guy and you know his name, I can see his name there, but if you have his social medias, please do reach out to us on our WhatsApp account, or you can contact me directly with Signal. I'll put it in the chat room. And just we want to build up into, I don't know who Keith Lapkins is, but I do want to know his details so that we can put him in our database because he could be a big promoter of another scheme that we don't know about yet. And our database is pretty impressive, but we want to make sure that we've got all these loose ends in those databases that we can publicly name and shame them if we have to, and also put them on notice and tell them cease and desist promoting these Ponzi schemes that they don't have any, they have no reason why they have to promote these schemes to individuals. They're nobodies. They're not regulated financial advisors. They shouldn't be promoting this stuff. But anyway, I don't know if he's a big promoter or he's just a friend or it's his first time that he's got involved in something like this. But if you know more than I do, please let me know.
12% of our total principal, and we funded our account. We didn't pay nobody. We just simply bought the crypto and we funded our account. Second step, we messaged Elena. We told Elena, hey, I have topped off my account with 12% that we was asked from this audit. Please let me know of anything we need to do to continue this process pretty much. And I'm going to read everything verbatim was what I've been receiving since all this started. So on Elena's bond chat, when I first did it.
Donald, Donald, just for the sake of validity, would you mind sharing your screen so we could see what you're reading? Is that okay? Do you feel comfortable?
Well, we can't do that because if we do that, the recording is not going to be good. He's got to be able to show it on his phone or something.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
That's a good question. What's going to happen to those who knew BG was a scam but migrated into another scam? Well, this particular couple has actually been sent to the IRS, and they assured me that they will look into it and see if this couple have done anything that would instigate an investigation. I don't actually know, but this is why we do what we do. We do believe that people are impossible to stop. The government's at the bottom of the cliff, and they're basically trying to put band-aids on people. We're at the top of the cliff, and we'll stop people pushing people over the cliff. That's our goal. And we notify and fill out all the forms and do all the complaints that you can do all day long. But unfortunately, nothing happens until somebody cries foul. Most people will try to double down and get themselves out of the shit they've got themselves into by going into the next Ponzi scheme. Hence why we do these videos.
Okay.
That's the only reason
we
we
just wanted everybody to have.
Because Donald, we're recording this because whoever can't make it, I want them to see this content. And if we do that, we share the screen. They're not going to be able to see it, honey.
Okay.
Sorry about that. Okay.
So, what is the best plan of action about showing what I'm looking at?
So what we're going to have to do afterwards, Kenny, I know you've shown us your screenshots, so maybe what we can do is we can share it within the groups by screenshot.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
keep it simple, so people won't be able to see what you see.
But seeing you and hearing your story, and then you give us everything else on paper, that's fine. Carry on.
Yes, absolutely. That's fine.
Don't want to show the evidence.
When I first did it, I said, "Hello, Elena. My account has been topped off. Please let me know when I can."
New donation from someone.
Authenticating and fully ready to continue this wonderful journey here at BG Web. That's what I took the screenshot of my DHA account with the 12% on my exchange. You don't put it in the trade. You just leave it in exchange. And I also sent her a screenshot of my DHA account. I got a reply from Elena, and she replied, "We have verified that the 12% you paid in taxes have been confirmed."
I got a reply from some AI lady
I will register and submit
who wants
your
me to believe
materials
this.
Facilitate the review. After I did that, I got a green light. She said, "Once your withdrawal is successful," because there's an option right here. There's two options. You can just keep it in your exchange. You can put it to your trade, or you can withdraw it. So I drew it. And she said, "Once your withdrawal is successful, please give me a screenshot of the transaction as soon as possible so I can file it. We are currently in a critical stage of team development." So
they were the people that got the payment or managed to get a withdrawal were told to share it to the community. And that's what they do in these Ponzi schemes. Yes, some people probably have been able to withdraw after paying the 12%, but nobody have I actually heard of has taken all their money out. They did a test withdrawal and then realized that they can get their money out. But if you went to withdraw all the money, most people are trying to get back their principal. Now, let's just say you put $1,000 in, you had $5,000 on the app, and you decided to top up your account by 12%, which is about $500, isn't it? So now you put $5,500 on the platform. You've got $5,500 on the platform, and let's say you withdraw your $1,000 that you got out, so you've got your initial investment back. That probably could be released, but the rest of the money that you think is yours won't be released. Now, the reason why the people that put $1,000 now have $5,000 is because they recruited other people. So let's say a 5,000 on my balance phone has recruited 5 people, and 5 people can't get the money off the platform, but they let you get more money than you put in off the platform because you've recruited 5 people, and theoretically you could have $20,000 brought in to the scam. So they're only keeping the people who recruit happy, which is a bit of a long-term thing. So that's my take on it. Do you follow what I mean? And then the person at the start of the pyramid, so to speak, is now going to go back and put his screenshots in the public arena, and everybody's going to see it. And those 4 other people might actually put their 12% in as well, because my leader did it. And the mathematics behind us is how these scams survive. I think that's how I see what they've done. But don't put your 12% in. because you're risking too much, and the scan's fallen over anyway. And remember, this is 6 days ago, this one, and we're going to show you why we're playing this later on. Here's go.
It's essential that you do so. And what she's talking about is what we've been seeing on when you see other BG Wealth members, they might scratch out their address, but they showed that they actually went through and withdrew whatever the amount they wanted to. And
what was that amount? All of it?
And that's what she was referring to when it comes to showing proof that it's just pretty much to boost everybody's confidence. Like, hey, there's a BG Wealth member that actually went through with his withdrawal.
So Kenneth, I have a quick question for you, because
yes, ma'am.
On the flip side of what we're hearing that even though you may have been successful in your withdrawal, people are having problems with their wallets because of the association with BG Wealth. Like, for instance, I know we were speaking with Curtis earlier, and he was telling us people are specifically with Coinbase accounts. Their accounts are being frozen because they're told you're associated with a scam. So
and I want to rectify that, because I've done a little bit of cybersecurity in the military, so I know a little bit about it.
He's not
what
in the military now.
I can tell you from my opinion is, when we talk about anything that's put online that's reported in a bad light, it's already going to be red flag, regardless if it's the truth or it's fake, regardless of what it is.
Look, so it could be false information. They could still.
So it could be false. It's detrimental to any.
Now, $41 million was actually seized on OKX, and I think it's OKX and Coinbase. Now, I don't know if this is possible, and this could be absolutely wrong. But just imagine the money that's been frozen doesn't mean that they don't have access to it and can't move it around on Coinbase. Just imagine all the money that has been frozen on Coinbase could actually go into other Coinbase wallets. And that's why providing us the wallet address you pay money into is actually good for our team. Now, I do have direct contact with, I've forgotten his name, Zach XBT. He is the guy that actually went after and found that money from BG Wealth and actually got Coinbase and OKX to actually freeze that money. Now, just imagine they could still move that money around within Coinbase for whatever reason, and the people that are actually talking about how they've got money out are only people that have Coinbase wallets. I don't know. Could be a thing. But if you do provide us, and you can do that, I'll put my Signal account in the chat room. Provide us those wallet addresses. Actually, what I'll do right now while they're talking, is give you the WhatsApp address for our community WhatsApp about BG Wealth sharing. And in there, you can see there's a group that tells you where to put your wallet addresses. And then we can track the money and see what movements around it, because it would be funny if there's a familiar pattern with anyone that's received anyone that's paid the 12% and received a payment back. We want those addresses. That would help us with our investigation.
Business is just like a Yelp review. You got a restaurant. One person complains that the dinner was trash. They get 100 people to say the same thing on Yelp. You're getting crucified.
Hang on one second. Let me mute that person, and then unmute yourself. Go ahead.
Okay,
brother. Go ahead. All right. Go ahead. Carry on.
So, like I said, it's just like our Yelp review. If you go to eat at the restaurant, you didn't like it, you can put on a Yelp review, hey, I didn't like it, the food was nasty. And if you can get 100 more people to say the same thing, they're automatically going to flag your restaurant like something is wrong.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That doesn't mean that that's the truth. But so many people have put a red flag on Coinbase. Coinbase is taking the protocol to just shut it down because they don't want to be liable if something happens. So that's really more like them. So that's really more of them covering their behind, because if somebody loses their crypto, something happens, they don't want to be liable for it. So they're basing this based off of the information they're receiving. They got many reports that anybody is saying,
"Hey, going on about
this with DSJ, blah blah blah, it's a scam, it's not working." So they went ahead and pretty much just put a block on it, so they're not liable at the end of the day. So that's more of a safety precaution for Coinbase than anything.
I have a comment, Arlene and then a question. You guys have something you guys go
Yeah,
first?
no, I was going to say, Also, remember, DSJ members, that those of us that are signed up on Bankis, that's another option to move money if you have trouble.
Absolutely,
Even
decentralized.
though they have not issued the cards, you can still move your money. So at least you have it virtually, so where you have a little more control over it. So I just wanted to throw that in there.
And the comment I want to make was, in January, Arlene and I, we traveled to Miami. We had just gotten involved with this. And, I met another YouTuber, and he said, I'm not doing BG Wealth and all these bad things he was saying. He was showing me stuff online. And we said, well, we're going to go forward with it. And then how much? So if we listened to that guy, we wouldn't have made 10 grand in the last 4 months, would we?
No.
They were saying all this bad stuff online, and it was not.
Oh my God.
It wasn't really the government coming in. It was just, people out there just saying bad things.
So where did the money come from? That you made 10, if we listened to that YouTuber who was saying bad things online, we did it, if we didn't push ourselves like we did, we wouldn't have made 10 grand. It's okay for them. Where did that 10 grand come from? I don't know if this is the right, they haven't thrown themselves under the bus, but what they've actually done, they've actually stolen it from people in their community, because everyone in their community, they've promoted this. Everyone in their communities believe what they said, even if they're just sharing their experience. And then they've made 10 grand online. So they went into this and it chose to ignore the warnings from other YouTubers and news online, like me, and then make 10 grand and then tell people that was a good business decision. That's why these people need to get off the internet and get a real job. No offense to anyone that works in the supermarket, but beep, beep, beep should be the noise that they look out for instead of jing, 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 all the noise of money. Because these what they just said is showing, probable cause, whatever the word is. These guys are premeditated fraud.
These critics. And so I would say, y'all, what Kenny is saying here, I believe him. You just can't believe what people put online. It has to be, if they're still trading and it's not shut down, they said it was shut down, which is a lie. We got to figure out what's really, really going on.
It's a lie.
We just can't go by speculation. All right. Now, we told you guys in the beginning, be careful. We don't want you losing money, but we have to have all the facts. That's why we're having it.
Bullshit.
Back to you, brother.
So what I would say is a true investor knows what they're willing to lose.
Oh my God.
So when you first joined BG Wealth, and this is my opinion. When you first joined BG Wealth, it shouldn't have been a doubt in your mind if you was going to do it or not. You can't have your foot, 1 foot in and 1 foot out, because you want to be available when it goes down. When
unmute yourself again, brother. All right, go ahead.
When you quote unquote, it's a scam. Well, it was a scam anyway. Well, first of all, why are you here if you're thinking it was a scam?
Right.
Number two, you're going off of faith from the beginning. So you're not even in BG Wealth. You don't want to be left behind if it works, but if it didn't work, I told you it was a scam. So a lot of members aren't even in this with good faith to begin with. So
gotcha.
Got to have good faith.
So that's
self-sabotaging from the beginning. They doomed it.
Self-sabotage.
Absolutely.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's self-sabotaging from the beginning. You really believe it anyway. So you're not really taking the time to even do your due diligence and research. So
right.
So like I said,
Kenneth, if I may, because listen, we advise, it looked like Donald's coming in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we advise all of our members not to pay the 12% because our perspective was caution and protection. Right. We're leading a large group of people.
These people are pretending they're blind, but they're not blind.
Big Brother Curtis is on here. Big Brother Rufus is on here. When you're leading and directing people, you want to mitigate the losses as much as possible. You don't want. However, because we've been put in this state of we don't know what's true and what's not, and when we started seeing the reports coming out from the Telegram group, when they were talking about, we're reorganizing and putting you on another platform that you have to re-register for, but you only have to pay $200. I was like, this makes absolutely no sense. Absolutely no sense.
None. No, ma'am.
Right.
Yeah.
So, right.
What I would say is that, and I saw the question in the thing. And
I saw the question in the thing.
Yes, I was able to withdraw. Now, my situation is I only what I put in for that 12% because I wasn't really in the position to withdraw whatever money because I don't need the money right now. I want to be able to let it
compound. Okay, gotcha.
And get enough. So I just withdrew what the 12% they wanted. Luckily, whenever he kind of steered away from it, my transaction went quick because this was kind of at the beginning.
Okay.
So she first said, you could just do up to $1,000 just because a lot of people was going to do it. I accidentally put $1,200. She wrote me like as soon as I did it, like 3 minutes later,
they're trying to tell you they're honest.
Hey, I need you to do $1,000, so I'm going to reject your withdrawal. Just right then and there.
Yeah.
She rejected it. 2 minutes later, I submitted for another withdrawal, and 34 minutes later, I got my money.
Okay.
Oh wow.
Unmute yourself again. Every time somebody speaks, I have to mute everyone. But go ahead. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm tracking.
You on it? Okay, my man. All right, go ahead.
So yes, did I withdraw? Yes. Did Donald Pruitt, one of our BG Wealth, did he withdraw? Absolutely.
Okay.
We had another BG Wealth member on our group, Stephen Oswald. He also was able to withdraw.
Stephen, I know what you're talking about. Okay.
Yeah, so he also withdraw too.
Okay.
So
I believe Oscar Suggs, he's in another group.
Yeah.
He has his hand up.
Yeah.
He did the withdrawals as well. So I'd like to hear from him as well.
Yeah.
Oh, how much did you
But
withdraw?
we like I said, we're trying to hear from both sides so we know what to do versus what not to do.
Absolutely.
All right. So we're not going to tell you what to do with your money, but we're going to give you evidence and potentially we think withdrawed, but you make your own decision. I mean, is that what we're doing?
If you don't mind, since we're at the 6:57, it's like, do you mind if we start taking some questions, or do you have any more information?
Absolutely. No, I'll take the questions. I'm all of them.
Yep.
All right. So,
okay.
Can you unmute Oscar first?
I sure am.
So we can hear from
Let me let the other person in. Yes. And
people still coming in.
Kenny, I appreciate you, brother. Again. All right.
Most definitely.
Appreciate you. Hang on. All right, King Oscar, you can go ahead and
unmute, please.
And this beautiful couple, we've just received their marriage certificate online. Jimmie and Arlene Battle were married in 1964 in Brooklyn, Brara, New York City. Oh, that's good to know. Thank you, my anonymous.
Hey, how you guys doing?
My man, how you
doing? Okay, brother.
Yeah, to clarify, the withdrawal hasn't gone out yet because my account hasn't been approved.
Okay.
For deposit, but she did say it was approved as far as she acknowledged she got 12%.
Okay.
But then they said it would take 72 hours because of all the influx of people doing it.
Oh my God! Listen to this. So we got the approval to have our money withdrawn. However, it's going to take 72 hours because there's a congestion of people trying to withdraw the money. Now, remember, at one point they told you that 700,000 people had all of a sudden demanded their withdrawal. And that was when they claimed that they had like 900 people in BG Wealth sharing. So now that this guy's given evidence that he's got the approval for withdrawal. Wonder if he ever got the money. If you are watching this, our friend Oscar Snoggs, please reach out to us and tell us what you're doing with the money, because we'd be really interested to know whether this statement did ever eventuate.
Allow us to do the withdrawals, or they want to do the withdrawals and back now.
Okay.
Yeah, to keep from doing a run on the company.
And I want to caveat off that right quick. Members have to be mindful too. If this is your first withdrawal, you still got to go through the KYC process. So that process is going to take even a little bit longer.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
This is like they're insiders.
Bind your wallet and get your
you
ID.
You still got to bind your wallet. Take the selfie with your driver's license. Get whatever ID you got. So be mindful. If this is your first withdrawal, you got to still do that too.
Okay.
Unreal.
Yep.
I saw some other hands up.
Yep. Okay.
Oscar, thank you, Oscar.
You done, brother? Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay, gotcha. All right, who was next? I'm looking at some other hands here. Hang on.
Okay, keep scrolling through because we had a couple of questions. Wait, this right there.
Oh, okay.
Press that.
Right
bottom.
Oh, y'all, our internet's moving slow here. Sorry for that. Oh, we're back at the top here. Here we go.
Okay.
All right, so
Miss
Chandra, you can unmute, please, Queen.
Chandra.
Hello, everyone. Thank you.
Mr. Chandra,
Mr. Chandra, apologies, brother.
Yep. How you doing, man?
No, perfectly fine. Perfectly fine. Fantastic. Thank you so much for asking. I'm here in Canada. So
awesome.
Everything's been very confusing with BG, and for the last couple of days, it's been quite crazy. So I'll tell you everything from the beginning.
Okay.
So pretty much what happened is, and it's all been revealed right now. That Telegram group, by the way, is a full fraud. It is not Stefan. It is not Elena. That is full-fledged. That $200 thing, and we'll get to that. So here's what ended up happening.
Awesome. Okay.
So from the beginning, when the IPO signals were released, when the IPO signals were released, they said for an extra $1,000, we'll give you a third signal. All the leaders in these platforms, sadly, there's some leaders out there. I shouldn't say all, some leaders out there that take advantage of these kind of loopholes. So what ended up happening was when the time came, April end happened. When April end happened and the professor, realized that this is happening, he has asked everybody to pay a 12% tax as soon as, and I'm going to take names here because it's out now. Everyone knows. Level 9 leader Gagan told everyone.
Hey, hold that thought for a second. I'm trying to get everybody muted out. Hang on. I'm gonna mute everybody and then unmute yourself again. Okay. Try to unmute yourself, sir, and keep going.
Right. Level 9 leader Gagan told everyone that this bond chat has been hacked. No one should pay the tax.
Okay.
So everyone told their leaders. It just got followed down. Every single one told everybody, do not pay this tax at all. This 12% tax. Now everyone on social media talk to each other. Everyone's most people are with each other. However, there are some innocent folks deep down in people's that only follow bond chat.
Right, exactly.
So Buster said, you got to pay the 12% tax. These people, poor innocent people, paid the tax, and their withdrawals came in.
Okay.
Their withdrawals came in, and now the withdrawals slowly started circulating. As soon as the withdrawals started circulating, that's when people started realizing that, okay, the leaders, they started going to the leaders. They're like, our withdrawals are coming in. Everything's going in. Now they started questioning, what the heck's going on? Gagan's telling us don't pay the tax. My people's withdrawals are coming in. And then when people are saying you can withdraw the tax too, that's when people started freaking out. Tax too? So what is going on? So now here's what happened when Gagan realized she had to pay the tax. She has 6 million in her account.
Here we go.
6 million?
6 million.
Goodness.
That is correct.
Okay. That is correct. Gaga sent us a cease and desist letter because she's also deleting everything online and scrubbing everything online evidence as fast as she can. But what type of business lady would think it would be a good idea to leave $6 million on a platform? If that is true. And that's not my words, that's his. Now, I can tell you what type of woman, because we heard that leaders were being restricted on how much money they could withdraw, which they wouldn't have told you that. There was people out there that were withdrawing $1,000 a day, which might not sound like a lot, but they were told that that it was limited to the maximum withdrawal they could do each day was $500. So if you are promoting the biggest opportunity in your life that you ever have done in your whole life, and now people out there are saying that you've got $6 million on your app. There's another guy I've got on my YouTube shorts, and he had $1.9 million on his app, and he had taken out $600,000, and he had worked out that within 12 months he's going to be making $14 million a year. Now, if Gagan has actually got $6 million on her app, what type of person, if you had $6 million available on an app, would you not take out $3 million? Or do they get restricted and weren't allowed to take out the money? Now, if they did get restricted and they had $6 million on an app, why weren't they allowed to take out? Well, one guy did take out $600,000, so he said, but why weren't they taking out $1 million, $2 million? And if they were restricted, then why do they keep promoting this stuff? And that's what you don't hear about. And now these same promoters, like these guys who made $10,000, and if they didn't promote it, they would have missed out. You know what I'm getting at? So it's just, unfortunately, I mean, I'm not unfortunate, but I'm definitely not talking about this as like, this was just a bad one. This, every single opportunity I've investigated, over 200 of them in the last 5 years, every single one of them is either rebranded and it's died, or it's completely fallen over. This one's grown as fast as I've ever seen it. Now, they claim there was 900,000 people in it. I don't believe that for a second, because they all had one WhatsApp channel. You know, at a guess, I would say maybe, I don't know, 80 to 150,000 people, maybe. But it is a big scam because people were investing $5,000 each. 100,000 people, $5,000 each. What is 100,000 people and $1,000 each? That's $1 billion. So do you really think, let's just go the minimums, that they claim they had 900,000 people and they all did the minimum of $500? Isn't that $4.5 billion? Do you think it's a $4.5 billion scam, guys? I don't. Average investment could have been 1,000. People are telling you they had 5,000 because they can see it on the app, but they only really put in 1,000, and then they were waiting that 2 months, and just before it got to 2 months, everyone's accounts got frozen. It's a mathematical equation.
6 million.
Unreal.
Okay? When she came to Canada over here, I myself had seen 2 million, and she had four signals, so her money doubles in a month.
Okay.
Anyways, and then she has a salary of 100K. So anyways, that's a whole different story.
Right.
So her tax is 700K. So her goal was show the professor that she's more influential and she has a better control of the crowd. So she challenged the professor and made this whole Telegram group, pay the taxes. Listen, guys, professor has been around 4 years now. Not a single day he's missed a code. Christmas, New Year's, I don't care what day you pick. Saturday, Sunday, this man does it.
So you're saying he's legit? That's what I want people to. He's legit.
Listen. Look, the whole thing is right now. He has everything. He has paid me. I'm gonna listen to him. He has paid me. Whatever he said. Here's the funny thing. Gagan came out right now and she's saying, guys, do what you think is right. Because there's way too many people circulating that people have got paid. Documentation beats conversation.
Right, of course. Absolutely. Yep.
Right. So now people have to listen. They have no choice.
That's why we have this call. That's why I'm glad you got on here. That's why I'm glad you got on here and said this.
So now, as soon as this happened, Gagan has realized, and now the fact that group released, oh, join here, $200 donation or whatever they're doing, come here and we'll do this.
Right.
A lot of the leaders, I had a call with a level 6 leader. He's scared. The level 6 leader is telling me I made a mistake. My withdrawal came in. I told everyone this. Gagan clearly misled us. There's another gentleman who had 1,000 people on the Zoom call. He called out Gagan too. He's like, we just followed instructions, but we realized that something's missing here.
Okay. Wow. Because that's what we did. Me and Curtis, which is our upline, Spartan Nation. He's great, man. And he said, don't pay anything because we're following the chain of command. And that's
exactly.
So you follow me? So we got to correct this situation. We don't want people being misled, but carry on.
So pretty much, long story short, he's practical because listen, if he had to leave right now, there's no need to. I funded my wife's account, smaller account, right? My account was slightly bigger, so I funded my wife's account. My tax was $300. I pulled out $1,500. I have $800 in the pipeline right now. He is saying 72 hours. Nowhere is he saying 12 hours. Nowhere, absolutely nowhere. Everywhere he's saying 72 hours, and we're all getting it in 24. Every single person. There was one guy who got 35 hours, but the point is that he is promising 72 hours. And he's saying you can take your tax as well. And he's putting people who paid the tax on this other group now. It's called BG Faith. In that group, everyone is very happy, my dear. Oh my God. And people are withdraw $5,000 now at a time, by the way. Oh my
God.
$1,000
the cross-pollination. Yes, the cross-pollination of this and the subliminal advertising is ridiculous. So here he is saying that inside the scam that's fallen over, there's a new scam, and the people are deliriously happy about it. Now, what message is that sending out to you guys? These guys are like all in it together. We'll tell them this. We'll show them this. Watch where they all go. It's just absolutely batshit
Had a
crazy.
gentleman who did 1,000, and then after that he tried 4,000. It got. Elena told him do 1,000. He 1,000, and they all came in.
All right. This is great news for us.
Great news.
Yeah, we asked him, did you really get paid? He's like, get paid. He laughed and he said, I already bought Bitcoin with this.
I see it.
Hang on one second, guys. Somebody's talking. Hang on.
Yep. Wish I could get
all right, so you can unmute again.
I'm going to put a poll.
So you're saying everybody in the group is happy. You can unmute yourself again.
We're happy. All I'm trying to say, guys, I'm trying to say is tomorrow holding a Zoom. It's going to be fun.
Okay.
Because she has fully misguided the whole damn community big time.
But you don't think it was on purpose, though? She just jumped the gun. Is that what happened? You think
700,000 she has to pay in taxes?
Oh my goodness! Oh, of course.
Right,
Okay.
700,000 she has to pay in taxes.
She was taking
out
now.
She has to come up with that money. If she can't pay that, that tax, then she's out of the system, right?
Oh dear.
And right now, he said it out there. He wants to work with the people, that are actually putting in the work rather than the beneficiaries. He said that multiple times.
Okay.
He crossed the line when she told everybody. She crossed the line when she told everybody that bond chat's fake. Don't pay the tax.
Okay.
Right. That's when he put his foot down.
I got you.
I got some breaking news though.
Okay.
I've been talking to some.
And thank you, my brother, for what you
chat.
said.
Sure.
Yep.
You're most welcome.
I've been talking to some members in the chat, and at first, when this first started, you were still able to trade. Once all this first happened, you were still able to trade, but now we're going through the audit. Now it only seems like members who paid into their 12% is the only ones who could use the signal.
So it is the blind leading the blind. I don't want to keep you guys boring, but we've got some stuff coming in from Queen of Karma, which is really, really cool, which we'll flip to. Hopefully also open up another window. It did.
Guys, I'm 50 years old, and I've had a lot of failure in life. And the clock is just not starting to turn. And since I've been with her, I always promised her one day, Queen, I call her my queen. And guys out there, if you don't look at your wife as a queen, go reconsider. I tell her, Queen Arlene, her name's Arlene, one day, I'm going to make sure that you never have to want for nothing. And then Cryptex comes along. And this is the opportunity of a lifetime.
Oh my God. So Cryptex, I've done videos all on that. I can't even remember what it's all about. This is the best. So Cryptex comes along, and this is the last opportunity these guys have done.
I made money with other things, but I wasn't able to retire like I'm going to retire now with this. But she's my why. And if you look to the side there, I'm going to put a little picture of my queen so you can see why I do this. Why?
Oh, that's so nice. Let's have a look, see if I can find my picture.
When I walked her down when her father walked her down the aisle to marry me,
1964.
He said, Jimmie, she's your responsibility now. I took it seriously. As a man of the cloth, I'm a man of the cloth. In the word that when the Bible says a man should leave his mother and father and cleave to his wife, that's a real principle. That's a real. If you're a real man and you don't take care of your wife,
you're a real man.
It's because you're not cutting the mustard. You haven't found the right opportunity. It doesn't mean that you don't want to be a man. You're just not cutting the mustard. The light bill can't be paid, and she can't get her hair done and her nails done. That's not a good thing.
Oh, man. Poor lady.
We've got to do better. And I can tell you firsthand, there have been times when we lost everything. We had to live in a rooming house. And we had to, live in a hotel, just a room. And I could not provide for her the way I wanted to when I lost everything.
So you do whatever it takes now, obviously.
That was me. I've been through that. And I promised her and myself, Father, give me the right opportunity so I never have to go through that again.
Yeah.
She's my why, and that's why I do this.
Okay.
I do this for not just her, for myself as well, for my dignity as a man. Pride and arrogance are not something that I think men should walk in. So I'm careful of that. But I want to say my self-respect is a better word. I want to maintain my self-respect as a man and be able to do and give her the things she wants out of life. She deserves it. She's my why. This 24-month contract can literally retire you in 2 years if you buy enough of it. Guys, I'm 50.
Oh my God. So what did he say?
50 years old, and I've had a lot of failure in life.
Okay, so you got to buy this contract. He said. I mean, this is the batshit stuff. We'll have a look at the other stuff you've got here. Yeah, so then we did actually have, as I said, thank you, Queen of Karma. Look at you, you're like my secretary. I've got 2 secretaries at the moment. So this is $100 scam, and you bought it in $100. I can't even remember. Was this guy in it? I'm wondering if he was in my video. Who was in this video? Boy, go back now. But I wouldn't mind betting that I've actually tracked this guy down before and I just never documented him. But these are going back. This would be like a year and a half, 2 years ago, probably, if it ever turns up. Looks like it's not going to turn up. A little boy waits. But cryptics, lack of transparency, unrealistic promises, claims of sold out, regulatory red flags, poor website quality, behind MOM, the firewall. Boy, this was before I even got started, but that there doesn't even look like that video is going to load. There it is. Who was doing it?
This and website.
So you've registered an old company, rebranded it, repurposed it, and now you can say you've been going since 2013. But the truth of the matter, you haven't really. You've only been scamming since 2021.
Which we just showed you.
Yeah, those were the days. All right, thank you, Queen of Karma. What else have we got here? I should get you to prepare on my stuff. 4.5 minute video. Here we go. Oh, there they are. Happy couple. Oh,
hello,
look at it.
there, ladies and gentlemen. Yours truly, Jimmie Williams again. I'm back with another great.
A couple that scams together stays together. Hey, honey, do you want to scam together? Sure. She said she loves me.
An informative video. And guess who I have with me today?
Your mum?
Hi. Arlene.
What the hell's that necklace? That necklace looks like a hip flask around her neck. I don't know if you can see that, but that is one hellish necklace. That is like, is that like a horseshoe or something? I mean, that would be an object. You wouldn't be allowed to take that into prison.
It's been a long time since I've had her come on here and just give us.
That's not true.
It's been a minute, yeah. I want her for about 5 minutes to come
Arlene.
on and just tell us about her brand and her business and where it's going. It's really taken off, but I'll let her talk. And again, we are pressed for time. So I told her I wanted to do this before I jump on another meeting because I want you guys to know.
This is quite funny, really. So just before they jump, they're pressed for time. And just before they have to go somewhere and do something because they're pressed for time, they thought they'd get dressed up, wearing a suit. Or maybe they're going out or dressed up before they go out for the night.
That the queen is doing big things, okay? So Arlene, go ahead and tell us a little bit about what you're doing and what's going on with your business and your products, okay?
Now, I'm a podcaster, right? This here is a BB Tech Audio Technica microphone. It is the best you can get. Not too badly priced, probably maybe about $500 US. That microphone that he's got in front of him is a Blue Yeti mic, and it's a condenser mic. This is a dynamic mic. A dynamic mic means that I can go like this, and the background noise doesn't really come in. If anyone farted in that room, that microphone would pick it up. Probably not the bassy farts, but more the... Anyway, so that's the dumbest mic anyone would use. Now, the only person that really uses that microphone is somebody that has a recording studio, and they would be using a guitar, like a stringed instrument, and you want it to pick up every single sound. So I'm just saying he doesn't even know how to get his podcasting gear's crap.
Okay.
Not like mine.
Well, yeah. So hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm Arlene Williams, the founder and creator of Shalom Naturals. That is a natural, holistic, artesian brand of healthcare products. And we are not traditional healthcare products, so I don't mean healthcare as in...
Read the script, honey.
You can hear me. I don't mean healthcare
They
products
can hear me.
as in, nutrition, supplements, and those sort of things. I mean healthcare products as in soaps, as in natural things that are good for your skin. So skin vitamins and nourishing products, stuff that's good for your soul.
Awesome.
So Shalom actually means peace. And that's what my brand's all about. So you asked me about the brand.
Peace out, brother.
And that's what it's about. Shalom is about peace.
Awesome. Right. Well, I guess in closing, tell us, how's things going with Walmart? Last time we talked, you launched with Walmart, and how can we find your products other than Walmart?
So you can find me on Walmart.com, and you can also find me on Etsy.com, and you can also find me on my website, which is ShalomNaturals.com. We are live and fully moving forward. We're in and out of the search engines on Walmart. So sometimes I find me and sometimes I don't, which is a little weird. So I'm talking to them about that.
There we are.
But the question is, I'm sorry, I had to interrupt you. How do they find you? Do they type in Shalom Naturals on Walmart.com, or how do they do that? What do they say?
Yes, that's pretty much it. Shop on my website. There's a lot more selection there because I get things uploaded faster in my website than I do on Shalom on Walmart. Pretty much things are the same. Lots of new developments. I'm developing fragrance oils, body butters, all kinds of cool stuff. Amazing. So go to www.shalomnaturals.com and check me out. And you can go find me on Etsy. You can find me on Instagram, Facebook.
It's Etsy.
And you can also find me on
That's Walmart.
That's right.
Walmart.
Yep, that's where I am.
Okay.
That's where she is.
Well, Queen, thank you for that. Isn't she beautiful, guys? Look how she looks today. Man, I'm a blessed man.
That's because of the meeting we have after this. So
I know, right?
That's what just so you know, guys.
Yeah. Thank you. So, guys, please go ahead and support the Queen. And trust me, you'll love her products. They're all organic and natural products, and they're good for the body. I use them all. I'm not just being, biased. I know they work. And I don't buy other products anymore when it comes to my body and my skin. And I'm a real testimony. I'll be putting my testimony out there very soon. But great work, honey. I love you. And, guys, visit her website. I'm going to have some links below where you can purchase. For the first 100 people that purchase something, we'll give you guys a free vacation, 3 days, 4 nights. 4 nights, 3 days. I might have said that backwards. 3 days. Yeah. 4 days, 3 nights. Okay. And you'll pay your own taxes and all that. And we'll do that for you because I really want this to really go fast towards the end of the year. Okay. So let's make it a great day. And Arlene, I'm so proud of you for doing this. Guys, she's been at this for so long, and to see it manifest in her life, it's really, really powerful. So please support and be a part of the vision.
I'm having fun. Coming up with cool new stuff.
Oh my God, that was terrible. Thank you for that. But anyway, at least we've got to meet the wife. The reason he does his why. Now we've got another one. We'll have a quick look. We'll just have a commercial break here before we get into the next part of this video. Here we go.
Hey guys,
music again.
Truly Jimmie Williams again, back with another great and informative video. We're going to be downstairs again with.
Hey, it's Danny DeHeck here again. Another great video you're about to watch. Is that self-promotion?
The Queen. We're going to go downstairs in just a moment, and we're going to watch her make some more of her signature soaps and candles so you guys can see how she does this. I have another very important announcement about her business. She's in the process of signing a deal with a major company.
A major company. Wonder if it's with Danny DeHeck Limited. Maybe it's BG Wealth. Who knows? Maybe she supplied the soaps to Goliath Ventures.
To supply products and services. I mean, this is record-breaking for her business. But I want to show you guys something else before I go downstairs. To all you YouTubers, you've been asking me, what kind of, what do I need? What do I need to do to make money on YouTube? And I keep telling everybody the same thing.
We'll start promoting scams.
Quality content. Okay, that's visual and audio. Both of it has to be good. You guys have been following me for a long time. You've seen a lot of problems and mistakes that I made. I mean, I work with what I had to.
Oh my God, man. This is your wife's video. And now you're talking about all the mistakes that you made. I mean, no wonder these guys have been homeless twice now.
Work with, which wasn't very much in the beginning. I had poor audio, poor video.
Still has poor audio. Hold your mic up closer. Get a dynamic microphone. Look, dynamic mic. This, you sound really good. You sound like a radio announcer. I can make my phone that I don't do anymore. I don't touch the settings, but I used to when I first started out. Yeah. Anyway, carry on.
Video. I have this old Mac that I was just shooting my videos from that Mac, and it wasn't clear. But here's a little nugget I'm going to give you. Okay. A lot of YouTubers.
I can't do it. Oh, I have to do it. Do
are making $1 million a year. Some of these people are 30 years old, and they're not using the best cameras, but the camera has to have some type of quality with good sound, and it has to be good visually. Okay, like this camera that I have. I'm going to show you this camera really quick so you can see it for yourselves. Okay, I'm standing in my room here, and I'm going to show you right now on my.
I thought we were looking at the wife making soaps.
Right here. Take a look here. Okay, so you can see it. All right, there we go. All right, so you can see me there, but the camera is.
Okay, so the camera I'm using. This was 4 years ago. He's using a Canon, and has he got a prime lens on that? He's got no. So the camera I've got, guys, I'm using a Sony 640A camera, and I've got a prime lens, a fixed prime lens. Now, prime lens means you can't zoom in and zoom out, and it crops the picture. So my lens takes a picture that wide, but because I've got a crop sensor, the actual picture is really that big. And what it means, and I've got a filter on the front of my camera here. So here I'm turning my camera down. See how my face turns out to nothing? You can do shit like that. Now turn it back. I don't even know where I'm back now. Now I've stuffed it up. Hold it. All right, max. And I've got a filter over the top, which gives me a nice cinematic flow to it. And I'm also recording at 30 frames per second. Most of you guys are doing 24, 30, same sort of thing. And that camera is crap. Now, that's 4 years ago, admittedly. But, yeah, it's just not a good camera. It's okay. But what he's trying to say, he's not using a web camera, and he probably just discovered that. But thank you for showing us your camera, mate. You're meant to be showing us your wife's stuff.
It's the Canon, okay? This Canon that I have, you can get several types, but I like this one. This one is the EOS, okay? M50. EOS M50 is really, really good. Look at this. I'm going to adjust this real quick so you guys can see that. See that?
It's not a fixed camera lens.
Isn't that awesome?
Just a word of advice: if you are going out and buy a Sony 6400A, which is a very nice little wee camera. I use that when I travel. The lens on my camera actually costs more than the camera. Like, I'll tell you, I think the camera was around about, I've forgotten now. I think it was about $1,200 with a lens that comes with it. But I threw that lens away, and I've now got this fixed lens, and that cost about $1,500, and that's New Zealand money. So probably around about $1,400 US, you get yourself a pretty good camera to do what we're doing here. It's all part of everything you need.
Right. It's so clear you can see the dust on my mirror here. I need to dust my mirror. Wow.
I'm sick of the camera.
I only paid like between $700 and $800 for this camera.
Yeah, you paid too much.
Get what you need to build your businesses and to
People don't know there's somebody in my family who's got lots of camera gear. They use Canon. They're very, very good cameras, but sports photography and Canon are fantastic, but mirrorless cameras where it's all at the moment.
Build your brand, because again, you don't get a second chance to build.
Anyway,
I didn't know it was a difference.
I thought we were going to look at the wife making soaps.
The your content, so you.
Oh my God. So this all turned into the secrets of making $1 million on YouTube revealed. And that was it. You just need a camera. Okay, what else have we got here? It's good. See what else we've got.
Hey there, team. Jimmy Williams again. I am back with a super informative video to all of you internet marketers, wholesalers who are looking to make extra money doing any type of marketing.
And just something else I will say. Queen Akama just said she just uses her laptop. You can actually just use your phone and do live streaming. You've got to have 50 viewers first, 50 subscribers, and then you can do live streams, and you can do a whole YouTube channel with your phone. And to be honest, I have put together some shorts that have taken me a couple of hours to prepare, and I've put them online, and they get 200 or 300 visits if you're lucky. Some of my shorts that I've done, I've literally held my phone up and recorded my screen. And because I think it's recorded on a mobile device and you upload it instantly on your location where you are, Christchurch, literally those videos will get sometimes 3,000 or 4,000 views. So you don't necessarily have to have the best and the latest and the greatest gear. Now, I'm not going to watch 37 minutes of this.
Affiliate marketing, the thing that I kept telling you guys about that you can make a ton of money with, you can actually sell someone else's product or service. As long as it's real estate related and you want to stay in this niche and make a ton of money promoting it, and if it's a good product that you can stand by, I'm going to show you some techniques and some strategies today, right now, that's going to help you, scale your business to up to maybe $100,000 per year. You heard that right. I'm talking, you can make a huge six-figure, income for yourself, even.
Oh, this is just a presentation.
So can you imagine blasting out your particular offer to 100,000 people, but free advertising, okay?
See, when I got involved in doing online shops, I've been doing online shops for quite a while, but we got stuck and did drop shipping. I mean, to give you an example, really funny, I just had a guy ring me while I'm live, and he was looking for my shop. And I said, no shop, online only, is what I was texting because I'm talking to you guys, so I put my earpieces in. And then it said, once your order has been placed, it can take up to 1 to 5 days before you receive your international tracking number, and delivery can take 7 to 21 days. So I had that set up as a quick key. And then he goes, should I put money in Alterum, which is one of the scams I'm going to do an investigation? And I said, laugh out loud, no. And I said, are you watching me live? So the guy that's inquired about buying something from one of my shops, I said, oh no, saw a video, but not sure where it was from. I don't know how come, but I got someone in Christchurch trying to sign up. So he must have found me, text me, and now he's watching us live. But I thought that, because I listened to my answer phone message, and I'm sure that the person, sorry, I saw the person come from one of my online shops, but so when we did our online shops, COVID happened, we actually sold 8,000 items in 12 months. And we had about, I think at the time we had 5 shops, and that was amazing, but we couldn't get them delivered very easily. But, there's a lot of money, but I could theoretically, and when I started my YouTube career, I thought I'd put together workshops on teaching people how to make money online and the like. But the truth of it, a lot of people don't want to sit there and watch stuff. I had online courses. So if you go to my YouTube channel, we're getting a bit off track here, but I don't care. Hope you don't care. And you go to my playlist, you'll come down here and you can actually see I've got WordPress 101. So if you've got a WordPress website, I documented everything from A to Z on how to create your own WordPress website, how to do podcasting 101, how to get the best out of your LinkedIn profile, domain names 101, like when you're buying a domain name, what's a good domain name to do, Google Workspace, how to set yourself up with Gmail, proper professional email and then how to be a YouTuber 101. And that was sort of about it. But to give you an idea, if you went into the view list here, so this used to be a course that somebody could purchase. And I don't know what I was selling it for at the time, but I did this 3 years ago and I just couldn't get people to purchase this stuff. But, I've, and these are really bad videos. You got to look at one of them. I'm just going to give you a little bit of an extra on managing your usernames. It's something a little bit unusual that annoys me of WordPress is when you go in here and have your, but if you wanted to, but the honest truth of it, people don't want to sit here and watch videos. And even if they bought a course off me, they'd never start the course, nor never finish the course. And I used to have pretty cool, Podia was an online course software I had. So, I've made a lot of money online over the years and done a lot of really cool things. And when you look at Mr. Morrison, well, not Mr. Morrison, he's different. But when you look at this guy here, Jimmie, I can see what he's been trying to do. He's obviously trying to make money online, make money at home and work from home, work off a computer and be an educator. And then obviously it's evolved now into promoting fraudulent schemes, which is quite a shame because I still make my money from drop shipping and I don't make a lot of money, hence why I'm always asking people coffee. But I do make enough money. And when my business died, the online shops became my main source of income. And I sort of feel it's a shame that these individuals lose their way, so to speak. Now, Queen of Karma's just discovered this video, which is not the same guy.
Somebody called Queen of Karma or Bethany, right? We, she kind of used my shit. I just wasn't really feeling it. I do want to address some of the things that she talked about.
And this guy is actually quite funny because he actually went through, and Queen of Karma's been doing, she tried making money being a multi-level marketer way back before she realized there's no way of making money out of this. She documents her story and is very accurate and very transparent on her journey and why she's now exposing every multi-level marketer known to man. But this guy's taken it all out of context and basically said she was no good at doing it, so she gave up on it. It's an absolutely terrible story. But you can go there and listen to this guy if you like. I'm just going to put it in the link. Now, we could do some support on this one, and I'm going to explain this. Your name is Elizabeth. And we don't hide our names on whatever we do. But what I'm saying about this guy here, you listen to this guy. He's documented his whole journey of BG wealth sharing, and people have walked over the cliff with him. And now he's claiming that he was just documenting his journey. And I'm saying, well, hold on a minute. So I've gone in here, and this is what I've actually wrote to Earl. And he's actually replied, well, somebody's replied, but let's have a listen to this.
Detailed response about your video in my community section, because there are a lot of half-truths in what you've presented here, especially around the idea that you were just sharing your story. The problem is your story involved publicly documenting and normalizing participation in BG wealth sharing while people were being recruited into what has clearly turned out to be a devastating Ponzi-style operation. You can call it documenting your experience, but when you upload ongoing update videos about profits, progress, and participation in a scheme like this, people absolutely interpret that as social proof and endorsement, whether intentional or not. That's the issue people like and myself are highlighting. You also keep framing yourself purely as a victim while admitting people joined under you. That matters. Influence matters. Audience trust matters. That said, unlike a lot of people online, I'm more than happy to have an open conversation. If you genuinely believe sharing your story about unregulated investment schemes is a responsible YouTube model, I'd happily do a live interview/debate with you about where documentation ends and promotion begins. The responsibility creators have toward their audience, whether experience videos encourage recruitment, the real-world fallout these schemes cause families and communities. No ambush, no censorship, just an honest discussion in front of both audiences. Because this conversation is bigger than just BG wealth sharing, it's about accountability, influence, and how easily people get pulled into these schemes through personality-driven content.
Yeah, I thought it'd be a fair thing to say. Come on, let's set it up next week. So that's great. See, Batman Stinger wants to come on our live and discuss it. But what they don't realise is the detrimental effect. Now, I'm going to tee that up with him. But if you want to sort of get a fair crack at the whip, Trev, when you go to my YouTube channel and you click on post, you will see I've actually done a more, I'm actually going to edit this now because it's all wrong. It's got these stupid things in it. I'll show you how quick you can edit something. You guys won't even know I've done it. Look, I'll just copy all this. It's got these stupid things in it. Copy, opening up of this, paste that, replace this, and replace all. Done. Copy, that, delete, paste, updated. I'll get rid of those silly things. Yeah, so I wrote a what we call a whole story about it that's bigger than the one we just read, but I won't read it now. But this guy here really has taken things out of context in what he's been saying. Not that we don't know how to handle people who criticize us. I mean, the other one was we received some criticism today, which I'm just going to see if I can find it. Danny, whereabouts is it? Danny the heck. I can't even find it. Right. Just going to get off topic quite a bit. If you go to my website, click on smear campaigns under the contact us button, you'll see all the YouTube channels people have set up to defame me. But today I discovered another website, and there's a guy that I've had a battle with on Trustpilot. He kept on doing reviews and just defaming me, and I kept getting removed. Eventually, I got Trustpilot to remove all his comments, and all of a sudden, I've got about 41 reviews I did have, to be exact, and they all got removed. I've only got 7 5-star reviews, and now this guy called John Citizen. So today somebody said, have you seen this website? And this is hosted on WordPress, and yes, I could report it and get rid of it and all this sort of stuff. But this is the, the sort of content they're putting out about me. But I always say, if you're not getting flack, you're nobody. But somebody spent a lot of time out of hate, in trying to find every bit they can to either intimidate me and stop me doing what I'm doing. So this is the type of content that people will spend their time doing. Now, what does this actually do? Is this content here to help people from getting scammed? Or is it here to somebody who's got a personal vendetta that gives them a way to voice themselves? But what's the purpose, and what is this person trying to accomplish? So this is obviously some type of scammer that I've pissed off. I don't know who he is. But somebody close to me said to me, I hate this sort of stuff. And I said, I don't. I actually take it as kind of a compliment, because if you're not getting flack, you're not over the target. And if you're not getting talked about, you're nobody. But the fact that somebody has gone to the effort to set up a whole website, and this is one of many websites. There's also meant to be other stuff like a Twitter account, which I haven't actually looked. Oh no, Twitter, and there's meant to be an Instagram account under the same name. But the truth of the matter, if you want the news about me, you just search for me, Danny DeHeck. You'll find, the first thing you'll find is my own website, my LinkedIn, my Wikipedia page, Spotify, I should say, because I have a podcast, my About Us page, my YouTube channel, news, Amazon, all this stuff here, my first page, if you search for me, you find me. If you click on news, you're going to find proper articles and proper newspapers by proper reporters. The Otago Times, which is a big newspaper here in New Zealand, Radio New Zealand, well, I'll leave that to your imagination. The press, here I am in the press where a business guy from America tried to sue me for $3.8 million. And this is basically I won. The New York Times, the Florida Politics, that's pretty new. They published about how I was a big voice at blowing Christopher out of the waters. This here is actually my own blog that's turned up when you search. Stuff newspaper, another big newspaper, Otago Times again. Crypto, I don't even know what this one. Now, this one here is probably a propaganda article. Australia Broadcasting Corporation, don't know. And then when you click on it, you've got the Orlando Sentinel. And this is where you can get, look at this, Zach XB reports 150 Ponzi schemes. So this is this here is, and there's another one which I just saw. So here's an article. Oops, get $10. Let's have a look. I think my name must be in here if I'm mentioned. And there it is. So look at this. So here's an article, and it's got me. I've never read this before. So this article here credits me, I think.
Related signals were reportedly distributed through a bond chat group, a messaging application commonly used in Hong Kong. Early coverage of the case was attributed to investigative journalist Danny DeHeck and behind MLM. In total, 13 regulators across 5 continents had previously issued public warnings regarding DSJ and BG.
Right, so 13 regulators had published warnings. Now, Queen Akama just did a live where when Gaga was actually saying that I'm not an investigative journalist. So here's a reputable newspaper reporting about behind MLM, which is Oz, and myself as being an investigative journalist. So go eat my grit, whatever you do. But what I'm saying is, even though people out there, like Crypto Firm, when was this published? 28th of March, and I presume I'm somewhere in here. I'll have a look. There it is. But early February, what's actually wrong? So I actually wrote to this newspaper and told them off because it was actually early September, not early February. But they published a whole lot of stuff that wasn't quite right. So I basically told them that they should, and there's CoffeeZilla back in January talking about Goliath Ventures. And then we've got other mentions in here and bits and pieces. But anyway, the outcome. So what I'm getting at is people may write things about you. Real journalists use real content. And that's just the way it is. All right, guys, I'm getting off track here. So let's get back and listen to this couple here. We have got another video after this one, but it is worth listening to because these guys are lost. They are misleading you. They are grooming you for the next scam. And I want to document the type of people these people are. Now, hopefully, from all my rambling that I've just done, what my end game is, that they want to come on and talk to us like that Batman guy. And if they want to sit here and listen to us and we can reason with them, maybe we can turn them into Avengers, because all these YouTubers out there with their YouTube channels promoting all these scams that they're not regulated financial advisors. They have no right to promote securities without a license. They don't really know what they're promoting because everyone they have promoted has fallen over. So wouldn't it be nice if all these individuals that are out there YouTubing, trying to make a living online and not being successful, have actually joined forces and went after the scammers and went after the human trafficking compounds that these scams are coming out of, and we did something decent with this YouTube thing rather than muddying the waters?
Because some of the members are saying they're getting an invalid parameter as we speak.
I got you. Okay.
No, my dear. I just want to mention, I had some people say the same thing. My big account, I haven't paid. I traded. You just have to make sure you just have to make sure the code's coming in from bond chat. A lot of these guys circulate the old codes and then invalid parameter.
Okay. So let me, I'll copy it. I'll copy it and put it in the other group so people can see.
Oh my God.
We appreciate that, Kenny.
Yes,
New donation from Zoxkity.
It's working. My big
Zoxkity,
account's working. I haven't
thank you
paid
very
yet.
much.
Okay.
No, I just did, and I haven't paid.
You traded. You traded.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
It's saying invalid.
It's saying invalid.
Oh wow.
Okay.
And I ain't paid no 12%.
Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
So all
Same
this
here.
All this that we're doing, guys, is just so that you can make an educated decision
Oh,
on your own. We're
bullshit.
not here to influence you one way or the other.
Right.
Jimmie and I have not paid the 12%.
Right.
We're going to decide on whether we're going to pay the 12%. However, this information is so that you can make an educated decision, because a lot of us are not getting any information. We're getting the little bits that Curtis is putting out
Right.
and Rufus is putting out,
Right.
and some of the other group leaders are putting out, but we're having to decide everything on our own, and we're not hearing clear information. And that's the reason why we wanted to kind of come together as a family and figure out what is best for our financial needs respectively.
That's right. We're better together than we are apart, because when you have conflicting messages, you got to find a way to win, and you can only do it cohesively. So the information we've gotten tonight is really, really good thus far.
Brother Chandra, thank you so much for clarifying, because I'm going to tell you, I had heard Gagan's account was hacked.
Yep.
I heard all kind of crazy.
Sure did. Yep.
And, I know we have a lot of hands up, so we want to make sure to get to everybody.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your comment. You want to say something?
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure. Somebody wants to add something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to ask. So I just came in on the call about 5 minutes ago, so I really didn't get a lot of the things, but I did hear some things about Gagan, and she misled everybody. So what I want to know is, do we have any actual facts? Like people saying it's gonna go back.
No, I forgot about this part. I got AI to go through this before I even read it. I didn't even read this video, but I asked AI to go through it and actually highlight some of the questions and concerns that people had. A lot of people in here, they got stuck into this couple and asked them decent questions, and I think this is one of them.
Back to normal. Like, do we have, or we all just still guessing, speculating?
Okay.
I know we all gotta make our own.
This was the question. This was a great.
We gotta make our own decision, and I was one of the ones that paid the tax.
Okay,
and it's actually going through
new donation
channel
from someone.
because
Thank you,
I
somebody.
was just completely confused, and I was just like, "Well, I'm gonna just try to get my money back."
Right.
I was like,
"Hey, Jimmie, if I may, can I?"
Sure, you can. Yes, sir.
Just let her finish, Kenny, because we want to hear every. Go ahead, ma'am.
I was just saying that I took a gamble. Me and some of my family, and we was just like, well, if it's a scam, we just gonna try and get our money back.
Gotcha.
Right.
Because people are saying that they're getting their money.
Right.
So I just want to know, do we have any concrete evidence? Like, or are we still just speculating?
Well, that's what we call this meeting, and I'm gonna let Kenny, he wants to answer that question. Go ahead, Kenny.
Okay, so what I want to say about this, we're gonna go with the facts. Now, what we don't know was Bond Chat really compromised? Nobody knows. But what we can say what's facts in front of our faces is the trading has never stopped except the one day. Members are able to put their 12% in and still withdraw.
Okay.
And codes are coming in every day, and your DSJ EX is still going to be active if you log into it. That is facts.
Okay. All right. So based on what he just said, I mean,
and to just add to Kenneth, and the fact that he also got his withdrawal today. So I mean, he's from start to finish. I mean, you can't. We gotta, guys. If a man tells you, the most attractive thing a man can do is do what he said he was gonna do.
Right.
If Professor said, "I'm gonna pay you," and he pays. I don't know. I have no choice, but I'm gonna listen now.
Listen,
it's that simple.
Yeah, of course.
And the other thing, just to answer the question, right? The first thing we thought that what's going to happen is this going to stay. Look, if he could have kind of lied to all the leaders and said we're going to have an extension and kind of get them to pay higher 12%, because their 12% are much higher. Much higher.
Okay.
He will be able to rake in more money if he was nice to them. Guys, he has disqualified them.
Wow.
The reason we're not getting answers is because he has disqualified them.
Wow. Now let me tell you what people.
The higher levels have been disqualified.
That is correct, my dear. He would. He if he was nice to them, he would have raked in more money. He doesn't even want to work with them.
Okay. Let me just say this though, and I think everybody's thinking this. So here's the thing. So if she had 6 million, just hypothetically, you said she's got 6 million in there. If someone's compounding their money and they don't take that money out, and they get sprung with a $700,000 bill, I'm thinking like that person. That's the elephant in the room. When we first heard this, we're like, well, some people don't have $2,000 or $3,000 to do this, or in her case, almost $1 million. So that was the only thing I'm looking at it from the other side, the other perspective.
Somebody say elephant. For some people don't have the money to top up the 12%. Oh. I'm just going to get my inhaler.
Valid parameter as we speak.
I got you. Okay.
No, my dear. I just want to mention, I had some people say the same thing. My big account, I haven't paid. I traded. You just have to make sure you just have to make sure the code's coming in from bond chat. A lot of these guys circulate the old codes and then invalid parameter.
Okay. So let me. I'll copy it and put it in the other group so people can see.
We appreciate that, Kenny.
Yes, my dear. Yes. It's working. My big account's working. I haven't paid yet.
Okay.
No, I just did, and I haven't paid.
You traded. You traded.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go.
It's saying invalid. It's saying invalid.
Oh wow.
Okay.
And I ain't paid no 12%.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So all
Same
this.
here.
All this that we're doing, guys, is just so that you can make an educated decision on your own. We're not here to influence you one way or the other.
Right.
Jimmie and I have not paid the 12%.
Right.
We're going to decide on whether we're going to pay the 12%. However, this information is so that you can make an educated decision, because a lot of us are not getting any information. We're getting the little bits that Curtis is putting out and Rufus is putting out and some of the other group leaders are putting out, but we're having to decide everything on our own, and we're not hearing clear information. And that's the reason why we wanted to kind of come together as a family to figure out what is best for our financial needs respectively.
That's right. We're better together than we are apart, because when you have conflicting messages, you got to find a way to win, and you can only do it cohesively. So the information we've gotten tonight is really, really good thus far.
Brother Chandra, thank you so much for clarifying, because I'm going to tell you, I had heard Gagan's account was hacked.
Yep.
I'd heard all kind of craziness.
Sure did. Yep.
And
did.
I know we have a lot of hands up, so we want to make sure to get to everybody.
Yeah.
So thank you so much for your comment. You want to say something?
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I add something?
Sure. Somebody wants to add something. Go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to add. So I just came in on the call about 5 minutes ago, so I really didn't get a lot of the things, but I did hear some things about Gagan, and she misled everybody. So what I want to know is, do we have any actual facts? Like people saying it's gonna go back to normal. Like, do we have any, or we all just still guessing, speculating?
Okay.
I know we all gotta make our own.
And this was the question. This was a great.
We gotta make our own decision, and I was one of the ones that paid the tax.
Okay,
and it's actually going through the channels, because I was just completely confused, and I was just like, well, I'm gonna just try to get my money back.
Right.
I was like,
hey, Jimmie, if I may, can I?
So they're trying to cut Jenny off.
Just let her finish, Kenny, because we want to hear every. Go ahead, ma'am.
I was just saying that I took a gamble, me and some of my family, and we was just like, well, if it's a scam, we just gonna try and get our money back.
Gotcha.
Right.
Because people are saying that they're getting their money.
Right.
So I just want to know, do we have any concrete evidence?
And this is the desperation I hear in people who've lost money who now double down trying to get some more money out of it. And these people here are saying that people are getting the money out of it. And she's asked the right questions here. Concrete evidence. How do we know this is actually true and not staged, and screenshots are not put in by AI bots that they've got? The whole system's ran by AI. It is just like a puppet show.
Like, or are we still just speculating?
Well, that's what we call this meeting. And I'm going to let Kenny, he wants to answer that question. Go ahead, Kenny.
Okay, so what I want to say about this, we're going to go with the facts.
Okay,
now,
good on you, Kenny.
What we don't know was bond chat really compromised? Nobody knows.
No,
but
no
what
proof.
We can say, what's facts in front of our faces, is the trading has never stopped except the one day. Members are able to put their 12% in and still withdraw.
Okay.
And codes are coming in every day, and your DSJ EX is still going to be active if you log into it. That is facts.
Okay.
That's fact.
All right.
So bond chat hasn't been hacked, and you can go in there and do your trading on the fake app every day, and that is a fact. Is that what he
So
said?
based on what he just said, I mean, you know,
and to just add to Kenneth, and the fact that he also got his withdrawal today. So I mean, he's from start to finish. I mean, you can't. We gotta
trust
guys.
Kenny.
If a man tells you, the most attractive thing a man can do is do what he said he was going to do.
Right.
If professor said, "I'm going to pay you," pay the thing he pays. I don't know. I have no choice, but I'm going to listen now.
Listen,
it's that simple.
Yeah, of course.
Right. And the other thing, just to answer the question, right? The first thing we thought that what's going to happen is this going to stay. Look, if he could have kind of lied to all the leaders and said, we're going to have an extension and kind of get them to pay higher 12%, because their 12% are much higher. Much higher.
Okay.
He will be able to rake in more money if he was nice to them. Guys, he has disqualified them.
Wow.
The reason we're not getting answers is because he has disqualified them.
Oh my God.
Wow. Now let me tell you what people.
The higher levels have been disqualified.
That is correct, my dear. He would. He if he was nice to them, he would have raked in more money. He doesn't even want to work with them.
Okay. Let me just say this though, and I think everybody's thinking this. So here's the thing. So if she had 6 million, just hypothetically, you said she's got 6 million in there. If someone's compounding their money and they don't take that money out, and they get sprung with a $700,000 bill, I'm thinking like that person. That's the elephant in the room. When we first heard this, we're like, some people don't have $2,000 or $3,000 to do this. In her case, almost $1 million. So that was the only thing I'm thinking. I'm looking at it from the other side, the other perspective. That gave us a little bit of apprehension. We was like, I'm not sure. How does she pull that? She can't access her own money to pay that tax bill. You know what I mean? And everything, Ken, that you said, it makes perfect sense. But you have people in that scenario where they don't have
the extra
$1,000. Some people don't have, but 700,000. Think about that for a second. That's what we need to talk about. I think now. But
yes. Yes.
We got 5 hands up. So when you're done, Kenneth, we're gonna go down that line. But go ahead, brother.
Okay. Somebody did have a valid question. Is how do we even know if bond chat is legit? The answer to that question is we don't.
What
I can
question.
tell you from my experience,
his experience,
everything that Dr. Stephen Beard has communicated with us since all this happened has remained to be true.
Correct. Yes. So, Kenneth. Go.
And what I say about that. Oh, I think we got a meeting. Okay. So what I can say is, the day 2 after it started, Dr. Stephen Beard was still in communication on bond chat. He told us, "Hey, through the audit, I'm going to up the trading signals to 2%. If anybody's in this Zoom right now that was able to trade, I bet you they're trading at 2% and not 1% like normal." He 2%. Put that out like 3-4 days ago that he said he was going to do what he was going to do.
Okay.
Nobody had any issues with trading except the one day when Dr. Stephen Beard didn't issue the code. Other than that, trading has been going on ever since all this debacle going on.
Okay.
So
very true. Very true.
So what I can say is we don't know if bond chat is compromised or not. But what I can say is everything that Dr. Stephen Beard has been putting out from the beginning since this stuff has started, it still remains to be true. Your DSJ account is still working. You're still able to trade. Members are withdrawing money, and we're still trading as we speak. I have to stop the trade right now because the facts are in front of our face.
Oh my God, people are delusional.
What more can we really say about that?
So not to cut you, Kenny, but we want to go ahead and take the questions. Thank you so much for you and Mr. Chandra for validating the information.
Most welcome.
Queen Leota Gooding, if you can unmute my sister, I would like to hear from you, please. Queen Leota, you had your hand up. Okay. All right. So just for the sake of time, I'm moving on. Okay. Israel, you had your hand up, brother. Go ahead if you can unmute, please.
Yes, ma'am. So can anybody tell me have we came to the bottom of anything at all?
Yeah, we just had a whole presentation where Kenny presented that he's been trading for the past 2 days. He's been getting signals. He was able to do withdrawal, and he hasn't had an issue. So what we were led to believe that there was the bond chat was compromised was inaccurate. What we were led to believe was this was a shakedown, and it had a lot to do with the higher ups. I don't understand the hierarchical system. However, from what I'm understanding, it seems like the 12% is a legitimate thing from what we were thinking. I have not paid it. My husband hasn't paid it. Several people haven't paid it because we were skeptical and thinking that this was a scam. So we will be releasing this video after we download it from Zoom and everything so that you guys can listen to it carefully again. But yes, Kenny's already presented receipts.
Okay.
Okay.
So I just want to say, like, I've put $8,555 into this system.
Okay.
What happens if we put our money in there and this
one's a good one.
is just a continuation of their exit strategy and their rug pull?
Well, that's a decision. Go
I want to
ahead,
answer
Kenny.
that question too.
Please.
Let's first.
Because this could be a continuation of their rug pull.
Yeah,
I got it. But I got it. But let's listen to the words rug pull. If anybody's familiar with crypto world space, right?
Oh my God.
I'm gonna explain to you why this can't be a rug pull. First of all, rug pulls are dealt with crypto spaces that deal with liquidity pools, meaning everybody put their money in one pot and only one person controls it. This is not that. BG Wealth and DSJEX is two totally different entities. So what are they rug pulling? Because if we're saying they're hacking the account, why is the hackers giving me back my money when I ask for it? Because last time I checked, hackers take money, they don't give it out.
Right.
So the fact of the matter is rug pools are only in the crypto space when it's a liquidity pool, when members.
Are they mental? Am I listening to these people? This is not memes. This is not crypto. This is a payment mechanism done with crypto. It's a fraudulent Ponzi scheme, and they're talking about rug pulls. Like, I don't even understand why they're actually even talking. My mum said they haven't got anything good to say.
Consolidate their money in one pot with one person controlling it. So
that's what we were told at
hey,
when
Rick,
they did the last event in Utah. Mm-hmm. What was her name? What's the lady that's at like level 9?
Gagan. That's who we were just talking about.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she explained that we do put our money, our 1% that comes out per trade. That is a liquidity pool.
So listen to yourself, right?
Because it goes into one trade. It's one trade that's made. Supposedly, that's what Goggin said.
Yep,
so let's listen to logic right now, right?
Logic.
If it's 1% that we offer in the rug pool and they in a liquidity pool and they pull it, how much are they taking from you? 1%, right?
Good point.
But they have control of 100%. Once you put your money in there, they have control of 100% of your money.
You're not, but this is the issue though. You're not putting 100% of your money in the liquidity pool.
That's not the issue.
You're putting 1% in there. This is, but you got to think about you got to think about the credibility. Don't forget that I put
over $8,000 into this.
Yeah, you know what, Kenny. Hold on, let me
clarify.
Here we go.
And listen, guys, listen. We can do this. We have to have order one person at a time, and then you know what I mean. So we can get to, because we got like 15 questions here, one person at a time. So go ahead.
I love transparency. We got to first look at the credibility of Goggin anyway, because one that's telling people not to do it with no facts anyway. So now we're gonna just believe what because she said we're in a liquidity pool when she's the one she's one of the top dogs besides Stephen Beard. And instead of her telling us the right thing to do was do it on risk, we're not sure, whatever, hold some Zoom call. We haven't heard anything from her. But now all of a sudden we want to listen to her about a liquidity pool. I already explained myself about you put $8,000 in, I put 12 in. So what's the difference?
We're talking about listening to people. Has anybody researched Stephen Beard and who he actually is?
Yes. I want to find Isaac. He's a cool guy.
I did some research.
I'd like to answer this one, guys. I'd like to answer this one, please. If you
hold on, you had your time. You had your
okay.
time.
Oh, it's getting good now, guys.
We know you're on Stephen Bear's side.
Okay, listen, guys. This is Jimmie talking. Okay, listen. One man at a time. All right. So who's that talking?
One.
Who's that?
So this is not.
One man at a time. Like he's the man. I'll go now. I'm the man. Well, one man at a time is calling you all a bunch of idiots. Yes, children.
Okay, so Israel, hang on. Hold on. Israel, hang on, my brother. All right. I need let him respond.
I want to believe.
Listen, we're grown men. We gotta. Hey,
yeah, but we need order.
Hold on, we're grown men. One man at a time. All right. So Naheem, answer him, and if it's not good enough, if it's not to his satisfactory, we got to move on because we got several questions. Go ahead, brother.
Okay, so somebody asked, did we do any research? I said yes, I did.
He did no research. Queen of Karma, I would absolutely love to do that. Unless I do it really early tomorrow morning before I go to work, we could do a video on that. Maybe I could line one up. We'll tee up a time later on. Love to do a video about that video because I think that would be really cool. Check your email, by the way. And you're worth everything. Yeah. So did they do any research?
Some research, but it's very hard to find research on Stephen Beard.
No shit.
Leading to him being a real person because Stephen Beard in the system has died many years ago, which could be his father.
What? Okay.
He was a millionaire.
Oh my God.
Said that. He also put $8 billion into day trading.
Say that again. You cut out. Say that again, brother.
He cashed out on one. There's also more information saying that Stephen Beard put in $8 billion into cryptocurrency.
Okay.
And he cashed out on 1.2, almost 1.3 billion. This was 24.
All right. Okay.
Oh my God. So they've used a fake name.
Beard is, they have been in the market trading billions of dollars. So we know he got some money.
Okay.
But the thing I want to say, I don't want everybody to think about. If you're a true leader, right? And I'm not saying everybody's going to have these methods, but if you're a true leader, you give direct information and everybody follows that direct information. So there's no confusion.
Right.
The way everything went about, it leaves a lot of confusion, leading me to believe that this is some kind of funny business. You know, I'm not saying it's all the way funny because people are getting money.
I got you.
But
I'm not saying it's all the way funny.
You're running something that's worth billions of dollars. You don't want to lose it. And how you keep it is to feed a few people, important people that have a lot of pull, and that could spread a message for you. And then the ones that come in, they don't benefit because if they have not reached 60 days, they can't withdraw their money. They can't pull out nothing.
I got you.
Understand what I'm saying to you?
I got you.
So the higher ups are okay because they pulling out money. They've been in for longer than 60 days. They cashing out 5, 10K, whatever.
Right.
But the people that just came in, they, at the end of it, those are the people that's going to get hurt. So if you just came in, just keep in mind that, look, I need another way to generate some more income.
I got you.
Say that again. What did you say? Somebody said something.
Is that Israel? Is that you talking, Israel?
Yeah, that was Israel.
Yeah, that's me. I know for a fact, 100% that people get paid.
Right.
I know. And one of my higher ups, he just collected the $3,000.
All right, now let him say what he's gonna say. Go ahead, Israel.
Guess what? With these overseas scams, people get paid. But the people at the bottom are the people that come in last are the ones that get scammed.
They know that.
This call is
we get paid.
This call, Israel. This call is so that everyone on here can make a decision whether they believe he's fake or not.
So you're on your own.
It doesn't matter.
Okay,
We're just presenting the facts so that you can make a decision for yourself.
Right. And Israel, I think
this is batshit crazy, isn't it? This is when it gets heated. But now everyone's saying that we just laid out the facts and you made the decision and we're not accountable. I mean, what the hell is that about? Because when they're selling this, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, positive affirmations all over the place. Only invest in what you're prepared to lose. Remember that, guys, that when we know it, they all know it's going to fall over. You just can't get any better than this.
You inboxed me on was that you who sent me an inbox on WhatsApp about the $8,000? Was that you?
Oh, here he is.
Possibly.
Good, mate.
You still there?
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay. All right. So here's what I want you to do, because I know you have some other questions. We got to get to the next person, but I want to chat with you, not today, but later this week.
So one more thing I want to say before I'm going to leave it. One more thing I want to say.
Sure, go ahead.
There's a guy named Zach. In the cryptocurrency world and stuff like that. His name is Zach.
Okay.
He is the reason why all this is happening. Zach saw that BG and DSJ moved.
Oh my God. So Zach, who managed to freeze people's money that was being money laundered on Coinbase and OKX, is the reason why all this is happening. Are people batshit crazy? So imagine this. You've got bank robbers in the bank stealing all the money, and somebody goes in there and seizes the bank robbers, and now people are blaming the police that stopped the bank robbers for the reason why the robbery stopped. Is that what we're saying, guys? That is exactly what these idiots are saying.
$92 million 2 weeks ago. I think it was April 20 something. And he saw that and he automatically flagged the system. And that's what happened. $150 million was going to be moved. He stopped it at $92 million.
So you're saying he kind of helped us out, basically? Is that what happened?
So that's how all of this is happening.
No,
I got you.
He didn't help us.
He didn't help us out.
See?
Okay.
See?
All right. So having said that,
we can't believe this shit.
Yeah, go ahead.
42 million was paused by a gentleman that does investigations against Ponzi schemes.
Okay. But Israel, listen.
42 million
Israel,
was stopped.
My brother, listen. We're getting off track now, okay? I love you guys. Hang tight. We got to go to the next person. Put yourself on mute, guys. Arlene, please unmute Balthazar, please.
Please go to the next person.
Yes, everybody be quiet now. Order. All right. You go.
Order.
Hey, my brother. Go ahead,
go ahead, brother.
Balthazar.
Unmute, my man.
We'd love to hear. There we go. We're asking you to unmute. If you can unmute yourself, we can't hear you.
On your end. Try to unmute, sir.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Let this person in, honey.
Okay.
Guys, I know we're in our emotions, but to get somewhere, we got to get all the stuff out.
I can't really hear you.
We'll circle back in a moment.
Yeah.
Unmute Spartan.
Okay, can you
There he
hear
is.
me now?
Spartan Nation, you're
Can
next.
you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
How you doing, brother?
Good.
As a matter of fact, I remember talking to you on the phone.
Oh, really?
We helped him get his
Yeah.
account.
Oh, good.
Good
All right.
to see you, brother.
Good to see you, man.
Okay, I have information here. I mean, not information. I know nothing about trading. I'm new to this, but there's a lot of conflicting information that we're getting, and I'm not the only one. Everybody's listening to it, and we're still up in the air. I'm just wondering if we're at the end of the day, when everything's said and done, are we going to have a conversation where we're going to be guided in what we have to do, not on our own, but some type of guide from you.
I will tell you this.
I will tell you this.
Well, Spartan Nation, they have a great leader in Curtis, and my wife and I, we're not going to leave you hanging. Okay, so there's other things that we do. We vet. We do a lot of vetting. We make sure that what we're getting involved in is legitimate to some degree.
Some degree.
Like what we're in now, we don't know 100% about
degree.
Stephen Beard, but we did some vetting before we got involved. And in 4 months, my wife and I started with $500. We made 10 grand. So we took most of our money and we built a team with that. So we know it works. We both get salaries. I'm at level 2, she's level 3. So it's not a scam. We know that. They're just having there's something going on internally.
It's not a scam, we know that.
But what I'm saying to you is we did research on that. And the guy that brought it to me, he came to me in my mastermind. We have a mastermind where we show you what we think's good out there, and we guide you on what to do, so you're not going to be left alone. I promise you that. So this is a rug pull like they're thinking it is, or it's belly up. There's better things. As long as you condition your mindset for wealth, you're gonna be fine.
For wealth.
And that's what we teach that, don't we, honey?
And last but not least, just remember again what we said. These are for you to make your own decisions. At the end of the day, nobody can tell you. I can't tell you how to spend your money.
Right.
I can't tell you if this is a rug pull or not. It looks like the scams of a rug, the things of a rug pull. Right. But what I want to do is, if I can try to mitigate it where people can get their money back, I will tell you do that. I'll tell you if I'm hearing, well, the 12% and no one's taking any money from the 12% and they're moving on, then I'm thinking probably do that.
The blind
so
leading the blind.
Get your money back. You feel a little bit more reassured. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I'm just presenting opportunities. We're not saying this, do this, don't do this, etc.
Right.
We're not liable.
But to answer your question, we got your back. Okay, we got your back. You're not gonna be stuck on your own. All right.
We got your back.
As long as
let him finish.
As long as we have a clear understanding of which direction we should take.
Absolutely.
I know we'll be the ones that make up our own mind.
Yeah.
If we have a pathway to
to choose.
Do this or do that.
Absolutely. Well, that's why we presented this information. That's why we asked Penny and Donald to come forth so that we could hear, because we heard the opposite side, and we were telling our people not to pay the 12%.
Just know this, my brother, before we get to the next person. Just know this. Arlene and I consider this a ministry for us, the ministry of economics. So we are, we're ministers, and we believe that we are sent to help economically. So we're not going to lead you wrong. We don't want you without
as best we can
to the knowledge that we
make
have.
Sure he says it right, honey.
That's a personal responsibility we've taken upon ourselves to help. So you're not going to be by yourself, all right? All right.
You're not going to be by yourself, guys.
Shalom.
Thank you. Thank you so much,
Jimmy. Can I say one thing right quick?
Yes, sir. And then we're gonna have Spartan Nation come on. Yes, sir.
The only thing I want to say is we got to be mindful. At the end of the day, the facts are put in front of our faces, whether you like that or not.
Right.
It has no bearing of what has been done already.
Right.
If you want to pay the 12% and take the risk, you take the risk. If you don't, you don't. But what I am going to say is, we're not going to come on here and be rude and play in fear, because why are you in BG Wealth if you have doubts about it? I know everybody.
So this guy's saying that why are you in BG Wealth if you have doubts about it? So it's 100% keep us in bond chat. Don't listen to the outside noise and get to do. Communist countries were not, they don't survive. And that's what this guy is basically saying. Do not question anything that you hear and don't believe the outside noise. And this is the message that we continuously get told by people, which is absolutely just batshit crazy. But I just can't believe that that's his opinion. If you're not willing to believe 100%, you shouldn't be in here. This guy's put $12,000 worth of his money in there. Duh.
Yeah.
Have their situation be obviously in their favor.
Of course.
When we all decided to join BG Wealth, I know for me, my mind, I was all the way
My mom's back
100%, and I was going to ride or die.
Mm-hmm.
That was the reason why I took the risk. But beyond everybody's popular belief, I went
Joshua
ahead
Monday,
and did
nice to see you, mate.
and say, hey, if they're saying
And I think
hack, you got to show me you hack.
Hey,
You got to
there you
hack
go.
my
G'day,
account.
mate.
You got to steal my money.
Right.
None of that has taken place. So the fact that it's irrelevant about what Stephen Beard looked like. Have you met him or shook his hand? What he should and shouldn't do?
Yeah.
Our opinions don't matter.
Yeah.
If I stop coughing on the mic,
the facts are in front of our face.
Exactly.
Me and Donald, the facts in front of our face. DSJEX has always worked. It never stopped. Trading has always went on except one day.
But it's all make believe. So it hasn't. Trading never actually happened, you dumbass.
Trades and they're withdrawing funds. That is the fact. Anything outside of that is irrelevant. We came here to talk about what is working.
How can you say that's a fact? That trading never stopped, and that is a fact. It's just like it really is hard to listen to this and not actually go, you're mental. So what he just said, it's a fact that trading happened, and it never stopped. I mean, you cannot say anything, I'm speechless. I mean, the mentality that these guys have employed is just off the charts.
What's not working? What do you want to do? What you don't want to do? We're not here to argue about Stephen
Exactly.
You're not allowed to debate. You're not allowed to have an opinion.
Talk about what's not working for me.
Yeah, but Israel, you and I, listen, you got to hang tight, brother. We got to move on, okay? But let me say this to my dude. Listen, man.
No.
If I was,
I mean, if I can't,
here we go.
They say 30%, even if you want to cash out early. And if I can't cash out anything,
well, listen,
everything you just said doesn't even make sense.
But listen, again, you and I can talk about that more. Because let me finish, honey. Let me say this. Because Arlene and I have done we've done the 32% thing. We cashed out before our money doubled. When we made our money that first month, we did that. Been there, done that. But I understand you don't want to lose money, my man. But you and I let's make this work. Yeah.
Okay. We'll do that.
Yeah. And
that.
I appreciate you, brother. Just hang tight. We got another 15 people that want to say something. But I want to say this to Kenny. Man, listen, if I was starting an army, if I was starting a team, I would have you like the general, because I love your zeal. But with zeal, we have to have wisdom to go along with that. We have to have a balance of both.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And I respect you, my man. You are. I'm telling you, that alpha. I like that, but we gotta have balance. You know what I mean? So the apprehensions and the fears that people are having, they're legitimate.
You know, fear
absolutely,
and faith can't be in the same room, but we have to have some wisdom and some
cliche.
understanding. You know what I mean? I appreciate what you're doing. You hang tight. So we
Hang
want
tight,
King Curtis to
guys.
come on now. He's the next
Hang
guy.
tight.
Spartan Nation.
Unmute, please.
Curtis, how you doing, man? Are you there? Everybody got something to say, but let's unmute him.
Let's talk about this
There he
later.
goes. He's already unmuted.
Hey, King, how you doing?
All right. Good evening, Jimmy. Good
Hey,
evening, Arlene, and everybody on the platform.
Yep.
So first, let me say this. Yes, I am Spartan Nation, and I started our team build. Most of you in here, I don't know who's visitors, but to you, Kenny, you took the risk, and so thus far it was successful for you. Trust and believe, brother. Not even saying that I'm an Army vet. My blood doesn't allow me to have that faith and fear. Either I'm in or I'm out. Just like you said, and anybody on this call has heard me repeat that over and over again. But I must err to caution because the weight of over 2,000 people who have heard my voice from day one. I funded more accounts in here. My first partner funded more accounts here than anybody. So 8,000 and 12,000, that's nothing to compare to what I have spent on this team.
Yep.
That's a fact. And if you're on here, you know under well over 50K, period. I don't even want to count it. So I will not take the chance of somebody telling me just because one person got it out. Guys, I don't care how you look at it. The actions and the words that have come from that bond chat, which we all have faith in and believed and followed for the first 7 months here, have changed. Whether you want to blame this on Gaga, not saying anything, she has not. The letter that I put out that was given from her, first thing she says was, I don't know what's going on.
Wow.
Here's one thing I can say. When I looked in the bond chat the other day, I saw level 12s in there. When you guys seen a level 12 anyplace? You saw a promotion card.
Wow.
Several of them was level 12s. And I understand you want to say that whether the bond chat has been compromised or not, but you have to have a place to go in order to feel safe in taking these trades. Many people's accounts have been changed.
Hold on, King. Let me mute everyone. Mute everyone, honey. Mute everyone really quick. Right here. Click on that. Okay, King, unmute yourself. Curtis, please, go ahead.
More than one or two accounts, wallet addresses have been changed. And it seemed to happen after they say that they put in the IPO. I was all gung-ho for the IPO, trust me.
Yeah.
It happened on the day that I predicted something great was going to happen in January when I was in Texas. So it's not about the fear part. It's about the common sense part. I told everybody when this date would end, and many of you can testify, I said, watch what's next. There will be another 3-day extension. What has happened? Another 3-day extension.
Yeah.
These are all the classic moves of what people do when they want to do their exit plan. It is very hard to believe based on my conversations that I know the difference when I've had with Stephen Beard and the AI bots about it. These conversations have ever since then, 12%, 12%. Atlanta, the same thing. I tested her today. She texts me back in less than 3 minutes.
The bot got back to you.
And then blah,
well,
blah,
they're
blah.
human trafficking
Guys, that
people,
don't
aren't they?
happen like that. I'm happy that you were able to withdraw your $1,000. But do you think Gagan is willing to risk $700,000? And a lot of people say this was weeding out some of the bigger accounts that was up there. Yes, a lot of people have big accounts. I don't want to risk throwing in $10,000 and $20,000 here. Why would I want to do that? Here's what I'm gonna suggest. I'm gonna let this 2-3 days pay out, and then let's see if the same scenario come back and they say, "Oh, okay, hey, go ahead and join for $200 now." It is all the classic signs, and you can't help but to read that and follow along. Nobody has been able to withdraw, about 5-6 days before this? And you guys are still missing the fact that when they said the tax came about, what was the reason that it was said? It was said to justify the audit, to prove that you were a real trader in the accounts and to weed out people who have multiple accounts. That's what the whole thing about it first. So the storyline has changed over and over again. And if I was a scammer, I'll let you take out your $1,000. I should, because that way I can lead more people into what's going on. I stand by what I say. I will not pay a 12% tax. I will wait and see what this next 2 days will do. You guys that do it because you did it anyhow. But please don't call me. And if we're allowed to do it, we're allowed to do it. What did it hurt us? You realize on the line, most of us put in $500 or $1,000, whatever it was. Based on that compound interest calculated, you are millionaires.
You are millionaires.
In 18 to 2 years. I'm going to have common sense about what I do.
One guy's going to get 14 million in a year.
Most of you guys did.
Crazy.
And yes, I can truly say I have withdrawn over 30, 40 times. That is for fact. But when it came to us after September, I mean, not September, but after the 18th, 19th, there was no more withdrawals. There was a slowdown, and then it hit us with, oh, we're getting ready to go underneath audit. And in order for that to happen, we have to prove our accounts with a 12% tax. Not going to happen on my watch for me. Those of you who choose to do it, go ahead and do it. And I trust and believe, I hope and pray that it works. Got over 2,000 people underneath my name who depend on me for guidance and leadership. Guys, I can only give you what I have. And Kenny and whoever else got the 1,000, I'm happy for you, brothers. That's 2 out of 2,000 that I got to worry about. Okay? This has always been, as we say in this disclaimer, invest more than you can afford to lose. And after you're in, don't blame one single person for what you did. Because every single day since October the 10th, it has been a win, guys. He has kept his word as far as that. But something has happened. And it is not the same Professor Beard in that chat giving us those signals. If I don't care if he did so-called somebody move, we can most definitely say that the Instagram, not the Instagram, but the Telegram chat, don't put no $200 into nothing. Guys, this is all the plastic things that we just went through in several other platforms. See, I mean, when I tell you exact same verbiage, same moves. Do you realize what he pays to run that bond chat? Most of you don't know, millions of dollars. Yes, we know he was a billionaire. My main concern, honestly, is if the real Stephen
I've just
Beard
picked some random guy's name out of the internet, and you're all sitting there thinking, he's a millionaire.
Live Zoom
and he's got no digital footprint. And they still want to believe it's like a cult.
I have personally contacted him again myself, not one answer back about why won't you do a live Zoom? And some of the most trusted people that I've been with who can speak more highly than any educational person that I spoke to on this platform. I haven't talked to him in 2 days. Guys, it's a worry for them. It's not about a fear right now. It's about protection. Because I'm going to provide, protect, and profess. That profess is me saying, guys, I feel it's safe. Now, if you don't want to do that, then you do what you choose. The sheep know the voice of their shepherd. That's what I can tell you, biblically speaking.
That's
and if you don't want to listen to me now, that I brought you through thus far for all the other things, I can't count the number of people that I had to sit up with every single night. And my 2 admins.
Amen.
And now if you want to go your own way,
they're going to pray again.
Go your own way.
Please don't pray again, guys.
You lead a pack of protection. And I hope wherever you go, safe for you. But I know for sure people's accounts have been changed, as well as the receiving addresses for DSJ. So how do you account for that? How do we account for all the reports that we got?
I got a rebuttal for that, though, sir.
Accounts were, hold on, please. Account for all of those reports that said that the accounts were frozen and the funds were locked up. So it's a lot of things that are going on. I don't want to be waving in the middle. I'm gonna sit still in the storm until I hear from Professor Stephen Beard. You guys can do what you want to do. And then I'm just one little thing. Somebody said that you can't get your money out for 60 days. Yes, you can. That little part is not true. On day one, if you want to withdraw your funds, you can. You're just going to pay that 32% tax. Guys, I will say that everything that he said that he was going to do, that I asked him, pretty much was done. Except for up to me on the 18th of April, when I presented live in Texas. I paid about $8,000 for that presentation out of my pocket.
Might be sick.
And was told I was going to get it back. Ain't got it back yet. No, when I talk about it, all it is pay 12%, pay 12%, pay the 12%. Because these are the same lines that I got in the previous platform that I was in. And I'm just telling you, that's what I go by. So now when this 2 or 3 days is up, then we will move forward. I still recommend nobody pay the 12%. You guys do what you want to do. That's my recommendation as the leader of Sparta Nation, and all of that you are underneath me. So take it for what it is.
I've seen a lot of people pay, and they're getting withdrawals all of a sudden.
You know
anything about that?
Kenny, I wanted you to rebut.
I want to rebut what he said about the addresses changing.
Okay, all right.
Okay, so when the address change, right, you got to think about it. When you go look online and you go research how blockchains operate, right, there's some blockchains that have safety protocols. So what they do is when you use a certain address for somewhere, it automatically populates another address for an extra layer of security. It's not because somebody got into your account and changed it. Because what is the point of changing an address for receiving? What is the hacker going to do? Pay you? They're going to pay your account? It's all about the withdrawal, which is the only thing we have access to change or manipulate, is what's telling the DSJEX, where do you want your fund to go when you withdraw it? as far as the deposit address goes, that's a protocol based on a blockchain, and you can look that up. It randomly generates different addresses when it comes to that because there's another extra layer of protection on the blockchain. That's just what that is. It's not to say no. And then hold on. And then we go to, I'm not trying to convince nobody to do because it works. But clearly, since I paid that 12%, and I didn't pay anything, I just topped off my account. I paid myself, so to speak. I didn't pay anybody. I added 12% in my account. It doesn't matter what the amount is, whether it's $50,000 or $2. That's what I did, right? I'm just giving you the facts so people can make a choice. I'm not trying to force nobody to say anything or do anything.
No commitment every time now, isn't it?
We're only hearing one side, and the one side is just don't do it. Rather than has anybody tried anything and has it worked? Because you got to think about it. Everybody doesn't live in fear, like you said. I'm just not one of them. If I'm going to find out the cold hard about if something works or don't work, I'm going to try it myself. I'm not going to go off of what somebody else is telling me. So what I'm saying is, I took the liberty to sacrifice this so-called hack, whatever, and this is not my only platform I've been on when it comes to cryptocurrency. So I'm not new to this either. I'm just giving my testimony and my experience of what I've done to give people another point of view that, hey, even though this side said this is not working, there's another side saying it is working for people. And if you pay the 12%, you automatically get put in another chat group on Bond Chat where all the testimonies of all the BG Wealth members are putting the pictures of the withdrawal. What time did they talk to Elena? The whole 9 yards. This is something that none of y'all seen because y'all didn't even pay the 12%.
Mm-hmm. So, and Kenny, let me interrupt you. Not in a bad way. I appreciate what you're doing, brother. And listen, like I told you, I appreciate you coming on here. I wanted people to see another perspective. Now, respectfully, but listen, here's what I want to say. Respectfully to Curtis, I mean, he's the visionary. Without him, we probably wouldn't be on this thing. And you got to remember, I'm not sure how big your team is. Arlene, our team is like 250 members, but Curtis is leading 2,000 people. And from his perspective, he wants to make sure he can't have a maybe. You follow me? And we can't have that happen. I'm not sure if you know the story, but there's somebody else. His name is Aaron. I'm not sure if he's on here, but Aaron got hacked within BG Well. They snatched $6 grand. Yeah, they snatched $6 grand out of his account.
Oh my God.
And he needed help. And Curtis, he contacted Curtis and some other people, and they went and made sure. And the professor, put that $6,000 back in the account. So we understand that professor keeps his word. But what I'm saying is, Curtis he's making sure he protects the people, and I understand where he's coming from. So even though you can risk it by yourself, but when he puts it out there, he's risking for 2,000 people. You follow me? Does that make sense? One person at a time. Okay, go ahead, Curtis.
Go ahead, Curtis. I'm sorry. Yes, sir.
It's not, guys. So listen, it's not an argument here at all.
That's right.
Absolutely, no argument.
Disseminate information. So I'm not here to be argumentative.
Oh my God, they're all just educators now.
Because that's what it is. So what I want to say to you is this: when I talked about the wallets being changed, it was the wallets for the going to there, but most definitely I help people whose withdrawal wallets were changed, and they did not do it. I personally helped them, and this is one of the reasons. So, guys, these hackers are very sophisticated.
Absolutely,
sure. And how they do it to each and every one, we don't know.
Goodness.
But I do know
I've been accused of being a hacker.
Exact same scenario, but I hung in the last one to the end.
Yeah. Are you guys in the BG Superstar chat and Bond chat?
No, yeah, we are. But Stephanie, can you hold your question until
I would like to see
Thank you.
Stephen Beard, who paid millions of dollars.
It's okay.
He would pay millions of dollars, guys, to operate this Bond Chat.
Yeah.
You got to know that if I'm paying
millions of dollars,
I got some layers
But
and
who is
tools.
Joseph Smith?
Hey guys, guys, don't interrupt when one person's talking.
He's the Mormon leader.
Order. Go ahead. What were you saying, brother?
All I'm saying is, if I'm running a Bond Chat and I'm paying for it millions of dollars like he was,
right?
There's some tools to say I'm supposed to be able to recover that.
Absolutely,
if it's broken. Am I right?
I agree.
So, I'm just going to err, like I said, to caution for people who are going to look at me and whatever else. First of all, let me say this: you got to look in the mirror first, guys, for whatever action you take. Period.
That's right.
Look in the mirror first. Now, if we're into something and everybody would call it a scam, whatever it means, you got Danny the Heck out there. He's got Sparta Nation name out there. We're looking for this guy. He was a leader too and all of that. Let Danny be Danny.
Right.
Let him be Danny. Because everybody on here can truly say from day one that they didn't have a loss on this platform. So I stand by.
Listen to Danny DeHeck, because everybody on this platform can say that they didn't have a loss on this platform. So are you telling me that I was wrong? And that's absolutely amazing. I mean, the fact is I don't even hang out in these guys' groups and they're talking about it. So Keith Lapkins, I've decided to put you on our persons of interest list because you are part of the problem. And this Spartan Nation guy, I think I've already got him down, whoever he is. But we're just going to keep following you guys around for years. And because you've managed to figure out how to stay at the top of the pyramid, and even though the carnage around you is just disgusting and, it's heinous, whatever you want to call it. And you guys' attitude is that we didn't lose, so we're okay, is why we do what we do. And you can keep saying, I'm calling things a scam. And if you believe that because you didn't lose money, you didn't get scammed, so it's not a scam, what's your mentality? And all of you guys are welcome to actually come on here and have a debate with me. And that's where we're heading with this sort of stuff. You guys think it's okay to promote these scams to your friends and family. And then when they lose, you're sitting at the bottom of the cliff trying to put Band-Aids on people when they're bleeding to death and squirting blood all out all the place. And you think that's how you're going to roll in life? We're going to document everything you guys do. We're going to follow you around the internet. We're going to cause disruption. We're coming for you. The Avengers. Whoop, whoop, whoop. But that's disgusting when they say that. Anyway, nice to get a mention.
We would do, Kenny, and everybody else. And again, this is not an argument. We're just all stating what we're into right now.
Right.
So guys, you can do what you want to do as far as that. But as for me, I'm still going to stand in place. I'm going to let this 3 days.
I have to interrupt.
Gotcha.
Because you're misleading people. I have to interrupt.
Good
I
man.
have lost so far.
Hold on, Israel. You don't have to interrupt.
No. Because so far I have lost.
Yeah, I sure will. Hang on.
Yeah, go ahead. Because so far I've lost. I've lost so far.
Mute everyone real
quick. You shouldn't have lost a penny.
Right. Hang on. Okay, Israel, I told you, just hang tight.
Israel, if you want to reach out to us, love to hear from you.
We're grown men. Let's act like grown men.
Grown men. You can't have an opinion.
We got some grown women waiting in line. 15 people have questions. So let's unmute.
The Black Mamba have the question.
That is misleading. I have lost $8,000, and he's misleading. He's saying that nobody's lost. I have lost $8,000.
Listen to what I said. You would stop interrupting. You would understand.
But the education you want.
You can't say that. Oh my gosh.
Please,
you can't say nobody's lost when I lost $8,555.
Okay, guys. All right, hang on. This is why we.
And I have lost.
It is so hard.
I have lost, and there's a.
Hang on.
Wow.
There's a bunch of people out here that's lost.
Yeah,
so don't say that.
My brother, just hang tight. Quiet. Hang on.
Quiet.
All right.
Okay.
I'm being respectable.
I know you are, but you can't.
I'm going to find that
Don't talk
guy.
over everyone. Just hang tight.
So far, we've lost.
Israel Rees was finding you, brother.
All right, hang on.
No. Can I be? I'll be respectful.
Okay.
Are you in our chat room already?
Curtis. Let's let him finish. Hang on.
Put him in the waiting room.
I'm not going to distract anybody.
We got too many people talking. Hang on.
Israel, are you in our chat room already?
Let Israel talk. Let him finish. Okay, Israel.
What do you got to say? Similar.
Okay, go ahead, brother. Take your time. Go ahead. What do you got to say?
Man, grown men act like kids.
I just put him in the waiting room.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Exactly.
That was exhausting.
Trying to tell you the truth.
All right, Curtis, back to you, man, because we got so many questions here.
Yeah, all I wanted to say was,
don't answer the questions.
When I say lost, guys, neither one of us on this platform had a loss daily prior to this.
Right.
Prior to this.
And you all know that when we had a missed signal, what happened? Everybody almost had a party.
He's a hero.
Because they knew that Stephen Beard had kept his word to say that 1%, when you get the next signal, it was going to pay you at 3%.
Right.
And as I kept telling everybody, guys, y'all don't understand. It's not about we got the money. It's the integrity that he kept his word to even do it.
Yep. That's what got us the most. This is the integrity of the man. That's the whole thing.
The integrity of an AI character. Are you shitting me?
To come back into Bond Chat and say, guys, this is where we are.
I think he was in our chat room.
We have. There should be a live Zoom from him. And as we did on every Sunday, or whatever Sundays we did miss, Gagan stood in front of that call. Nobody said a word.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. And she brought him on along with Linda. Now, I can talk to Gagan. I can talk to the first level 7. You're going to tell me Ann Jackson first level 7 in America. And you're going to tell me with 300,000, what is she, over 100,000?
Oh, she makes that money, right.
She's not going to get contacted.
Right.
Straight up.
I can't believe they put that guy in the weight room.
Out 30K a day. But she made more than that.
Yeah.
So you can't tell me that something is still amiss.
We totally agree. We totally agree with that. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm done.
So King, you can come back and we got another 15 questions, and I appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot.
Hello. What's happened there? So that was the end of their broadcast, and I did see somebody else who looked a lot like our friends, but they must have cut that off in a hurry, which is absolutely batshit crazy. I'm sorry that's not the last video though, guys. But I just wanted to play that and document that just to show the squabble. So I would like Isaac Rees if I'm saying that correctly, please reach out to us. I thought that face before, and I'm going to keep searching for you, which would be really, really, really cool. So that's quite cool. That's my website at the moment, guys. In the last 5 minutes, 7 visitors. In the last 30 minutes, 49 visitors. I'm getting 50,000 views on my website at the moment a month, which is astronomical for me. So I really, really thank you for all that. So we do have a lot of good information on here. So in the last 30 minutes, 81 views. And if you look at the the content, you can see what people are looking at. BG wealth sharing, exposed manufactured dreams in a very real sarcasm, whatever. That's what we're doing at the moment. All right. So I do have a bit of an update about Goliath and but anyway, so this is what we're going to do. I want to go through and read this blog. So this blog over here is about this couple. And since BG Wealth Sharing has fallen apart and they're telling people they don't know what to do and they're not going to give you any advice, I produced this blog. And I did this last night. I won't say I banged it out pretty quick, but with what I can do these days, I can literally bang out a blog I actually did it in about an hour. But I had already been building up research about what this couple has been doing. So this is what I'm telling you they're doing now. We're not going to tell you what to do. We're emotionally guiding frightened investors towards even more risking even more money. But there comes a point when you have to stop calling this bad luck and just another failed opportunity and start asking a much greater question. How many collapse schemes can anybody promote before recognizing the pattern for what it is? So I'm not going to read this because I've got a bit of a husky voice, but I'm going to get my computer to read it today. But we'll go through it together and we'll get through this real quick because I just want to document this.
That is the exact question I kept asking myself while researching Jimmie and Arlene Williams, a husband and wife team who present themselves online as faith-driven mentors, business coaches, real estate investors, leadership experts, and financial educators. On the surface, they project confidence, success, spirituality, and community leadership. They speak the language people desperately want to hear when they are struggling financially: freedom, ownership, wealth, legacy, abundance, mindset, generational change. But when you start pulling apart the timeline, a very different story begins to emerge. Over the past few years, the Williams brand appears to have shifted from coaching and motivational content into aggressively promoting high-risk money-making opportunities involving crypto trading, affiliate recruitment, private mastermind groups, and now a gold mining share ownership scheme called Aureus Alliance Holdings. The pattern is deeply concerning because each new opportunity seems to arrive shortly after problems begin appearing in the previous one.
That alone should make people stop and think.
Because genuinely successful business mentors normally build long-term credibility around stable businesses, transparent operations, and measurable results. What we appear to be looking at here instead is a rolling cycle of hype-driven opportunities wrapped in coaching language and spiritual reassurance, where followers are continuously encouraged to trust the next system, the next platform, or the next ground floor opportunity before the dust has even settled on the previous collapse.
Yeah, and that's as much as I just smirred when I heard that, but that's the honest truth of it, isn't it? I mean, the dust hasn't even settled. The coaching image that helps build the trust. So that coaches.
One of the first things I found was an archived version of Jimmie Williams' coaching website, Through the Wayback Machine. The site painted the picture of a highly successful leadership coach and real estate mentor operating under branding connected to JW Consulting and Coaching. Visitors were told that Jimmie specialized in personal development, mindset coaching, business strategy, leadership training, and real estate investment mentoring. Testimonials praised him as somebody helping ordinary people become financially successful while positioning himself as a mentor for the little guy.
Yeah, for the little guy. However,
the website also pushed the familiar image of the polished entrepreneurial couple. Professional branding, motivational language, success testimonials, social media authority, claims about executive coaching and influence. Everything carefully designed to establish trust before anyone asks deeper questions about actual results or qualifications. What stood out to me was not simply the coaching itself. Plenty of people offer coaching online. The real issue is what appears to have happened next. Instead of building a long-term, transparent coaching brand with publicly verifiable business success attached to it, the Williamses appear to have drifted deeper and deeper into speculative investment opportunities, involving community recruitment and emotional persuasion. The old coaching brand now appears largely inactive, while the newer focus revolves around private mastermind groups, Zoom presentations, crypto-style investment opportunities, and now Aureus Alliance holdings. That transition matters because trust is currency in these ecosystems. Once followers emotionally buy into the mentor or coach, they become far more likely to follow that person into increasingly risky financial schemes without doing proper due diligence themselves. It is also worth noting that Jimmie himself has openly spoken in the past about experiencing major financial hardship, including bankruptcy and homelessness. There is absolutely nothing wrong with rebuilding your life after difficult circumstances. Many successful people have overcome enormous adversity, but there is a huge difference between rebuilding honestly and turning yourself into a serial promoter of speculative opportunities, where ordinary people are financially exposed while the promoters continue earning commissions, bonuses, influence, and audience growth regardless of the outcome.
Yeah, now I'm just looking at something here. I'm a website. Now this is their fake, well, I call it a fake gold investment opportunity. And I talked about earlier on how when you get to the privacy terms and conditions legal disclaimer, and while I was just scouting around the internet there, I opened up their page and I just thought it was unusual that they have the same layout: disclaimer, privacy terms and conditions, privacy terms and conditions legal disclaimer, they're in different order. And I'm just wondering if he's actually the website designer or the person that put this website together. And this isn't a clever website either. This is actually a one-page website. You know, they're nothing flash, these one-page websites. But who knows? BG Wealth sharing collapse, nobody wants to talk about. So this is just reiterating what we've done.
The biggest turning point in this story appears to be BG Wealth sharing, the crypto-style trading and affiliate opportunity that exploded across social media and Zoom groups before eventually collapsing into confusion, withdrawal problems, accusations of fraud, and panic among participants. Jimmie and Arlene Williams were not sitting quietly on the sidelines during this period. They were actively involved in the culture surrounding BG Wealth sharing and positioned themselves as trusted voices within the community. In one recorded Zoom call discussing the crisis, Jimmie openly admitted that he and Arlene had made around $10,000 from the platform after joining in January.
Yeah, so that's really important. So I think that's super important to remember that. So this company, these people have made $10,000 out of it, which isn't a hell of a lot of money, or it is to some people, including myself. Oh, Pixel, come on, come here. All right. Oh, they had to leave everyone, Pixel. Hey, Pixel doesn't want to put his harness on. You put your harness on, go for a walk. Mum will take you for a walk. All right. Oh. Pixel doesn't like putting his harness on and going for a walk, but he loves walks. I can't remember if I read that now. Let's have a go again. Sorry.
That admission is important because it establishes direct financial benefit from the system. According to the discussions inside these calls, they had built teams, achieved ranking levels, and were receiving recurring salary-style payments connected to their position in the structure. In other words, they were not merely observers testing a platform.
Yeah.
They had become promoters with influence over other people's financial decisions. As the collapse intensified, participants started reporting frozen withdrawals, confusion around compliance demands, changing narratives from leadership, and widespread fear throughout the community. That should have been the moment where genuine leaders stepped back, urged caution, and clearly warned followers about the enormous risks of continuing to send money into an unstable system.
Yeah, so they've got $10,000 out, as we've already talked about, and now they're claiming that this has been good for them, and they don't give a stuff about everyone else that's lost money, and they don't even question where that money's come from.
Instead, Jimmie and Arlene hosted a Zoom meeting titled, "Should We Pay the 12%?" That title alone should alarm anyone reading this article. The 12% referred to an additional payment BG Wealth participants were being told they needed to make as part of a supposed audit or compliance process before withdrawals could continue. If you have investigated enough Ponzi collapses, this tactic becomes painfully familiar. Platforms facing liquidity crises often create new financial hurdles, verification processes, or emergency fees designed to extract additional funds from already trapped participants. What made this Zoom call especially disturbing was not just the content itself, but the psychological manipulation techniques used throughout the discussion.
Yeah, and the way they cut that guy out at the end was absolutely disgusting. They were actually what they were actually doing, if you haven't picked up on it, and this is exactly what they're doing, and Queen of Karma will back me up, I'm sure, is they were grooming you for the next opportunity. And this is the opportunity that is better than the last. And, and it's just absolutely batshit crazy. And the next one that we're going to look at is even worse. And the manipulation techniques are even worse.
We're not telling you what to do, while leading people anyway throughout the entire call. Jimmie and Arlene repeatedly told viewers they were not telling anyone what to do and that people needed to make their own decisions. On the surface, that sounds responsible. In reality, the structure of the meeting did the exact opposite. Speaker after speaker was invited to reassure frightened participants that the platform was still functioning. People who had supposedly paid the 12% described successful withdrawals and encouraged others to view the process as legitimate. Critics' warning about fraud was subtly framed as fearful, negative, emotional, impatient, or lacking proper understanding. The manipulation here is subtle but extremely effective. You create emotional confusion.
I mean, this blog, I'll be honest, I'm dyslexic and I don't read and write, but I know how to use AI, and I've fed in a whole lot of information to AI and created this blog. And when I read this blog, it's exactly how I think. And I don't know because I think logically, but I know that AI is very clever. It does know my why. It understands what message I'm trying to deliver. And I'm like 100% backing what this says. There's nothing in here I cringe when I read and I go, oh my goodness, that's not right. Or I wouldn't have put it that way. Or I don't sit here and think that's not quite right. I should read this and think at last I can actually get my voice out to the community.
You flood the room with selective success stories. You position skepticism as negativity. Then you repeatedly claim neutrality while carefully steering people toward the desired conclusion. At one point, the conversation even drifted into spiritual reassurance and prayer. Arlene opened the meeting by praying over participants,
oh my God,
asking for protection over people's finances and peace during uncertainty. That kind of framing has enormous psychological influence inside faith-based communities because it lowers emotional defenses and encourages people to trust leadership during moments of panic. Meanwhile, buried underneath the motivational language and spiritual comfort was a brutal reality. Ordinary people were terrified of losing their money and were being psychologically nudged toward risking even more. One participant openly admitted they had already lost over $8,000. Others expressed fears that the entire situation looked like a classic exit scam. Those concerns were never treated with the seriousness they deserved. Instead, the atmosphere constantly shifted back toward reassurance, hope, patience, and trust in the process. That is one of the ugliest parts of these schemes. The people at the top often continue speaking the language of optimism, long after the warning signs become overwhelming.
Oh, okay, shift. So now this is the new scam that hopefully we'll have a bit of time to look at. And I'm actually going to read it right to the end because I just want to get it out there. Boy, this is a long blog. I do want to read it. I know it's a few sections, and I'm just going to get this done. I've got to go out for dinner tonight. But I just want to get this recorded on video and also...
the shift into Aureus Alliance Holdings. Now we arrive at the next chapter. Not long after BG Wealth sharing descended into chaos, Jimmie Williams began promoting Aureus Alliance Holdings through a personalized referral page connected directly to his name. The branding is different, but the mechanics feel painfully familiar. This time the pitch revolves around gold mining, dividend projections, real ownership, and the idea of buying shares connected to mining operations across Africa. The website presents visitors with countdown timers, growth projections, mining photographs, shareholder promises, and emotionally charged language about wealth creation and transparency. The Aureus sales page claims ambitious future plans involving thousands of hectares, hundreds of mining plants, projected dividends, and large-scale expansion across Africa. At the same time, it heavily relies on imagery designed to create legitimacy, mining equipment, workers on site, outdoor operations, and photographs presented as proof of real activity. But photographs are not audited reserve reports. Photographs are not verified financial disclosures. Photographs do not prove profitability, and perhaps most importantly, photographs do not prove that ordinary investors will ever see the returns being projected. What concerns me most is how quickly this transition happened. BG Wealth participants were still trying to work out whether they had lost money while another wealth opportunity was already being positioned in front of audiences built through the previous scheme. That is not normal behavior from somebody genuinely focused on protecting their community. That is the behavior of somebody constantly chasing the next monetizable opportunity. Add this as a news section directly after the section titled, "The website looks half finished, yet they're selling shares and paying commissions." The deeper I dug into the Aureus Alliance Holdings website, the more concerning it became. What initially presents itself as a polished gold mining investment opportunity quickly starts falling apart once you move beyond the flashy marketing language and actually inspect the pages properly. One of the most revealing discoveries came from the affiliate section of the website. While the company claims to be building a major gold mining operation involving shareholder ownership, dividend distributions, mining expansion across Africa, and large-scale financial projections, parts of the website still appear unfinished, almost like somebody launched the platform before completing the most basic legal and compliance requirements. On the affiliate pages, the privacy policy, terms and conditions, and legal disclaimer sections contain obvious placeholder-style template language and incomplete fields. At one point, the contact information section simply ends mid-sentence. For privacy-related inquiries, contact us at no email address, no phone number, no compliance contact, nothing. For a company allegedly offering international investment opportunities involving shareholder purchases and financial transactions, that is an astonishing lack of professionalism. What makes this even worse is that the affiliate structure itself looks far more developed than the actual legal framework behind the operation. According to the affiliate page, promoters are offered 10% USDT commissions, automatic 5% share purchases, prize pools for top recruiters, leaderboards, referral competitions, real-time ranking systems, marketing tools, referral tracking dashboards. The site even includes something called the Gold Diggers Club, where affiliates compete for commission rewards based on direct sales volume. That should immediately raise serious questions, because if this is supposedly a legitimate gold mining operation, focused on shareholder value and long-term mining infrastructure, why does the website place such a massive emphasis on recruitment competitions, affiliate rankings, referral commissions, and leaderboard prizes? The deeper you read, the more the structure starts resembling an aggressive affiliate marketing operation wrapped around a speculative investment narrative. Even more concerning is the contradiction between the legal disclaimers and the actual marketing language used throughout the site. On one hand, the company claims information provided does not constitute financial advice, yet elsewhere the platform openly discusses dividend projections, shareholder growth, mining returns, and income opportunities tied to purchasing shares. At the same time, the company claims compliance with applicable mining and securities regulations, but provides no meaningful regulatory detail, no verified licensing documentation, no audited reserve reports, and no independently verified mining disclosures visible to ordinary visitors. That is not what transparency looks like. In fact, one of the strongest warning signs in many modern schemes is when the marketing side appears far more advanced than the legal and operational side. The recruitment systems are polished, the commission structures are clear, the urgency tactics are aggressive, but the actual compliance, disclosures, and investor protections are vague, incomplete, or buried behind generic template wording. And that is exactly what appears to be happening here. What concerns me most is that promoters like Jimmie and Arlene are pushing this opportunity aggressively despite these obvious flaws being visible directly on the public website itself. If ordinary visitors can identify incomplete legal pages and template wording within minutes of browsing the platform, then serious questions need to be asked about what level of due diligence the promoters themselves actually carried out before encouraging people to invest. Because at some point, I didn't know stops being a reasonable excuse. The real product is hope. After investigating scams for years, one thing becomes crystal clear. The real product is almost never crypto, forks, gold, AI trading, NFTs, or mining. The real product is hope. People join these systems because they are financially exhausted. Many are drowning in debt, struggling with rising costs, or desperate to change their lives. They are looking for certainty in uncertain times. They want somebody confident to follow, somebody who appears successful, somebody who speaks with authority, spirituality, confidence, and emotional conviction. That is exactly why figures like Jimmie and Arlene become effective promoters. They do not present themselves as aggressive salespeople. They present themselves as mentors, guides, leaders, people who care. That emotional positioning lowers skepticism and creates loyalty that often survives far longer than the actual scheme itself. And that is why people continue following the same personalities from one opportunity to another, even after catastrophic collapses. At what point does this become deliberate? This is the question I believe more people need to start asking. At what point does repeatedly promoting these opportunities stop being bad judgment and start becoming a business model? Because eventually the excuses stop making sense. You cannot continuously stand in front of cameras presenting yourself as a financial mentor, encourage people into speculative schemes, benefit financially while those systems grow, then simply move audiences into the next opportunity once problems appear without facing scrutiny. Accountability matters, especially when ordinary people lose real money while promoters continue building influence, audiences, and referral networks. Jimmie and Arlene Williams may genuinely believe in some of the opportunities they promote. I cannot read their minds and I will not overstate what cannot be proven. But what can be proven is the pattern itself, the timeline, the promotional behavior, the emotional manipulation, the damage control Zoom calls, the referral structures, the faith-based persuasion, the constant pivot into the next wealth scheme before the previous disaster has even finished unfolding. And that is exactly why people should approach anything these to promote with extreme caution.
Yeah, I couldn't say it better myself, which is pretty cool. Just going to check something here while I'm on there. Alrighty. Okay, so you're probably wondering why I rushed through that. I've got to go out for tea tonight. But I do have one more thing I just wanted to do. I'm just checking something while we've got something clear here. Just checking the load on my website. Oh, we did have some crash. We did get crazy. Was that the last 12 hours? Oh, last 7 days. All right, so that's great. We actually get some decent traffic on the website, which I've been something I'm trying to do for ages. The next one is actually even more, Demian. This isn't as long, but I'll try to, I don't know if I'm saying rush through it would be quite a good one. But this is what really got me. I watched just 5 minutes of this and I thought, oh my goodness, I can't believe that these guys are trying to pull this off. This is our last video and then we'll be going, but listen to this guy here and you tell me what you think about this guy and his techniques. Now, he's got a disclaimer, so anything he said is just...
Peace and blessings, everyone. Yours truly, Jimmie Williams, again, coming back to you from the beautiful city of Atlanta, Georgia. And I have two special guests with me today. We have some exciting news. And I also want to share with you what I think is really going on with BG Wealth, etc. I want to kind of calm some of you guys down who are, you're in BG Wealth or you're considering joining and you don't know what to do. You need some answers, okay? And what I really want to tackle today is the power of diversification, the power of having more than one basket and having eggs in several baskets. Truly successful and wealthy people understand this principle and they abide by it.
He's been bankrupt twice.
The whole panic that happened with BG Wealth, a lot of our followers and subscribers and people that are in our business, that was the only basket that they had. And so when all the problems happened, and by the way, it's doing very well. It never went down. Okay, those are naysayers and liars, etc. Everybody's able to trade. My wife and I and tons of.
So he's just said that BG Wealth is doing very well. It never went down. My wife and I have been able to trade, but we haven't taken our money off the platform. But we have friends that claim they have.
Thousands of us were able to trade yesterday. But for those of you who don't understand that principle, you were in panic mode, and you don't
blame game. Put it all back on the people.
Don't know what to do because you'll have nothing else that's out there. Well, today I'm going to show you several ways that you can become successful, by diversifying your portfolio, and I'm going to show you several ways to become a millionaire, the legal, legitimate way. But before I do that, I'm going to go over a couple things here. What I'd like to start with is one thing I always do with everyone. And the two guests that I have on, they're really good friends of mine, Justin Hurling and Charles Johnson. But what we're going to do is we're going to declare some things before we get started. I do this on my lives all the time. I'm going to do it with you. And I want you to hold your hands toward the screen, stretch your hands toward me. We're going to declare some things, okay? No matter what faith you are, you still need to have faith. All right, have faith in our Heavenly Father. Some of you have faith in other things, but we're going to come together and believe for a miracle. But what I'm going to pray right now, I'm going to declare that we are a wealthy people. And that's important because you have to break down the mindset of poverty. So say this with me out loud. I am wealthy.
I'm wealthy. I am rich because I know how to not destroy friends and family.
I am abundant.
I am prosperous.
I am prosperous.
I'm blessed to be a blessing to the nation. Say that with me. I'm blessed to be a blessing to the nation. And lastly, I'm made in his image. Say that with me. I'm made in his image.
I'm made in his image.
And therefore, I have the supernatural ability. Say that with me.
Supernatural ability
to create life and have the life that I desire. I have the supernatural ability, yes, to create life, and have the life that I desire.
And have the life that I desire.
Amen. In Yahushua's name. When I say Yahushua, some of you don't know that in the Hebrew, but it's Jesus. Amen. So why did I do that? Because sometimes when we're going along in life, there are situations where you don't really understand what's going on, and you don't understand the power that you have to create with your mouth. Thoughts are things, but when you speak out of your mouth, they become authority. You start creating things. Like the Father, when he spoke, when there was darkness on the face of the deep in Genesis, the Bible says he spoke to the darkness. And it pushed back the darkness, and then light appeared. He said, let there be light. Well, we as children have the ability to say, you know what? I need to start a business. Let me be a millionaire. Let me create this thing over here. You can do it with words. Just like you create good things, you can create bad things. Fear, doubt, and unbelief, I'm not going to have this. I'm poor and all that. Those are creating things as well. So we're going to show you and teach you how to create the right things. And that takes time. But I wanted to set the atmosphere. So now, here's what I want to talk about. Number 2, let's address what really happened with BG Wealth. A lot of people don't know what happened.
Here we go.
And I want to tell you what I think is the cure. And the cure is Aureus. That's what we're going to talk about in a moment.
Hold on. What happened to BG Wealth? He just said nothing's wrong with BG Wealth. I did trading yesterday, and it's been a fantastic system because he's got $10,000 out of it, even though he had a guy on there yelling at him, telling him he lost his $8,000. Imagine the $8,000 guy actually might have given him $8,000 to set up the accounts. Maybe the $8,000 guy got gifted a $1,000 account, and then he decided it was so good he would top up. So this guy wouldn't care.
Aureus is the actual vehicle that I believe you can get on. With a one-time silent investment, you don't have to do anything, and you can be rich for many years to come. But let's deal with the elephant in the room.
So why doesn't he buy 10 memberships? Talking about elephants in the room.
There's a lot of speculation and a lot of false rumors that that BG Wealth was a scam, there was a fraud, and it was all these things that they were saying it was. The problem with that statement is the people that were saying that, they were not really good, credible sources. However, there has been investigations and certain things that was going on in certain countries. But at the end of the day, they were able to go public, right? They went public, and if you go on Coinbase, you can see that they're on there, and BG Wealth as well. And the truth got mixed up. And so the mixed story.
So he's claiming that BG Wealth sharing has gone public on Coinbase.
That we got was that you're not going to be able to trade, and everything's frozen. You can't go to the website. And none of those things are true, because we've had thousands of people in the last couple of days, they've been able to get their they were able to get their initial investment back.
Now there's a claim and a statement that he's had thousands of people be able to get their initial investments back. Is that what he said?
The 12% you paid, you put it in your account, you could trade on it, or you can withdraw it. I've had several people told me that they were able to withdraw. Queen Arlene, my wife, and I were able to withdraw and trade. We traded 3 times yesterday. The system is still working. And what we forget is, when you get information on the internet, it's a catch-22. Unless the FBI calls you on the phone and tells you this is legit, you don't really have a way of really knowing if it's real or not.
So the FBI needs to call him on the phone before he will stop and claim that these scams that he promotes are legit, and then that's how he's going to find out whether they're legit or not judging by the thousands of people that have lost money to the scams he's promoted.
And so I'm glad I didn't listen to the naysayers. We waited to the last minute to pay the 12%, but I'm so happy that we did. And those of you who did not, I understand. Some people don't have $700,000. Like Goggin was level 9, and she from what I'm hearing, she didn't want to pay that 12% fee. All right, so she has $6 million in her account, but she had to come up with $700,000. People like that, I feel like the owner, the company, the ownership, Stephen Beard, they should find a way to help her out. You know what I mean? So I get all
Beard
that.
Owns the company,
but those who paid it, and I mean that's a lot of us. Everything's back to normal again. So what I'm saying is, I learned this from a mentor of mine. He said, believe half of what you hear. No, believe none of what you hear and half of what you see.
All right.
Because your eyes can deceive you. All right.
This guy's first class, isn't he?
The main thing I want to address, though, is the panic. Everybody was panicking. I'm like, most of the people that panic, I talked to them. They said, Jimmy, I don't have anything. I have nothing. I don't have $100 to my name. I put my last $2,000 in this. And I said, well, you didn't try to get involved with some real estate. Did you diversify over here? Did you put money in other crypto platforms? And they said no. And that was the panic. Well, if you talk to a really wealthy person, a successful-minded person,
do you understand he's grooming
who are
you?
in business, even the guys I have on here, they will tell you they have anywhere from 3 to 5 to 7 different things they have their money in.
Because he's about to offer you another opportunity.
Panic, all right?
Because you haven't diversified.
What I'm going to show you today is going to really help you take that ease off, and so you won't be so nervous and you won't be so
you can afford to lose on a
afraid to go home and
scam.
tell your wife you lost everything.
Oh
I've been
my
there
God.
too. My wife and I have lost things like more than one time. We've been homeless twice. And I know what it's like to go and tell your wife, I
Homeless
lost the last
twice, not
investment.
bankrupt twice.
I know what that feels like.
So he
but
says.
after today, that'll be going, all right? I want you guys to take a deep breath
and put your thinking caps on. Like I always tell you guys, be critical with your thinking. Don't just believe everything you hear. I'm going to show you something today that's going to really blow your mind.
Alrighty.
And you're going to want to get a pen and a piece of paper and write it down. Okay. I'm going to bring Justin on in just a moment here, but let me talk about something else here. There are 3 ways, in my opinion, to become a millionaire without actually having to have extraordinary talent like LeBron James and Kobe, or being an actor like Denzel Washington, or an inventor, you know what I mean, or a writer. Those people have those amazing abilities to create their wealth with their talent. And I've discovered them, and I want to share them with you, okay? Here's number 1 way, which is very, very seldom. Most people don't have this one. Somebody in your family creates the wealth, and it gets passed down to you. You inherit it. So let's say you inherit $1 million, right? Well, $1 million is not $1 million anymore. Let's be honest. It's probably worth about $400,000. It's not worth it used to be over taxes and what's going on with inflation and all those things, right? Well, if you had $1 million today, you said, Jimmie, what can I do to make this money grow and I can earn interest on it? I would advise you to do something like, maybe a mutual fund. Okay, a mutual fund, you put $1 million in there, and they put your money into several different stocks, you know what I mean? And so they can pay you a monthly, it pays you like a salary, it pays you a small percentage yearly of maybe 5%, so 5%, $1 million, or, maybe 6%. If you're lucky, you get 6%. That's $60,000 a year, or $5,000 a month, okay? And if you could do that, my guess is most of you don't have $1 million sitting around. You can live on that money and let it build interest over time, right? Number 2, you could buy a property. Now, Charles and I, we understand how real estate works. If you were to buy a property for $1 million and you don't have the inherit, you haven't inherited the money, then you got to go and get a loan for it, all right? If you get a loan for $1 million, you buy a $1 million building and it has a 7% cap. I was just talking to him about this. You'll make $70,000 a year, right? So to be the average, it's equivalent to having over $1 million in the bank, right? Because you're making $70,000 a year, which is 7% per year on that property. But here's the caveat: you got to borrow a loan. The loan may be another $30,000 a year. So now you're making $70,000 a year. Now you're making $40,000. So now you're not really a millionaire yet. You need to buy 2 properties like that. You need to get 2 loans for about $2 million. When you pay those loans back, if you got 2 properties at 7% cap, it's it's $140,000 a year. But half of that money is going back to the bank. So to be a millionaire with property, you need $2 million properties where you're paying, they have to be a 7% interest rate, a 7% cap, and you got to pay that loan back at the same time. So you will make, maybe $5,000 or $6,000 a month. You know what I mean on that, but that's pure profit after you pay everybody back, right? So most people don't understand real estate, right?
That's financial advice,
Here's something else you can do.
This guy knows it.
You can buy gold, silver.
Oh, here we
We're
go.
gonna get to gold.
Guess what he's selling today?
That's producing gold, and they're doing a fantastic. Well, not producing gold. They're digging for gold, and they have,
that doesn't cost
a program
money.
where they go to all these different countries in Africa. And they literally have gold.
Hard to verify.
You buy into the company shares, okay? And those shares are somewhat, I don't want to use the word eternal, but they're
guaranteed.
You can pass them down the family. So it's almost like you're buying into a multi-million-dollar business, right? Or a Fortune 500 company, and you instantly have assets that you can with the assets you basically get paid dividends. So if I have 1,000 shares in Apple, right? Whatever they pay me quarterly, I still get some dividends on those things. I can be rich just on owning the shares, and that's what we have here. So we know gold and silver, they don't lose their value. That's where I'm going with this. Okay, so that's another way.
He knows
to be a
where he's going, all right.
You can find a way to invest in pure metals, but a lot of people, it's tough for
I
them
hope
because
you guys
they don't have
watching
the money
this, not in the chat room, but other people afterwards.
So what's
as
good
you can
about
see
Aureus,
right
you're
through
going to
this.
find out
If not, reach out to me. I'm willing to spend time if you start to think this guy's actually not full of shit.
Can be $2,000-$3,000 with gold, and you can get them for as low as $40 a share. We're going to talk about that, right? I bought mine a few months ago at $20 per share. All right, and I only got 10 shares, and then I built a huge business. Based on the work ethic and what I produced, I have a.
Remember, his wife and him were talking about how wonderful BG wealth sharing was, and they made $10,000. Now he's built himself a huge business. I'm wondering what his huge is compared to other people's huge is, because it's big talk, big numbers.
128 shares. I'm set for life. Next year, if I do nothing with the 128 shares, just on my dividends, I'll have over, I don't know.
So have you invested in BG wealth sharing within, I think it's 11 months, you become a millionaire. So he's telling us in 2 years' time, he's become a billionaire. He's just, all he's done is forked out a couple $100, and now he's on the road to being a millionaire. This guy's living the dream.
$70,000 coming in. I get $19,000 in January, $19,000 in April. Yeah, $77,000, $19,000 in October, July, $19,000 in October. So 4 times that year. If I do nothing else, I'm set. The next year, my dividends increase to like $150,000 for that year.
Oh, sounds too good to be true.
I did the work one time. That's the thing about when you buy a business or you own something. If it's paying profit, you build it one time the right way, and you keep getting paid. Well, that's how it is when you invest in gold. It's like you're investing in Apple or Amazon or something like that. All right,
set for life. Love the hashtag.
So I talked about the ways to become a millionaire. There's another way you can do it, and this is a way I'm gonna be teaching a class on it. Some of you guys are already my mastermind students, but this is gonna be what I call mastermind elite, where
mastermind
you can become
elite,
what I call a super affiliate. Okay, a super affiliate where you understand the power of selling, products and services from other companies that are already established. But you can go in and say, hey, listen, I want to drive traffic to my website for your product, and every time I sell it, I want a commission. That's what I did with Aureus. Even though I got shares, I made.
And just in case that's too fast for you and you're watching the reruns, you can actually slow me down as well.
I'm going to show you my back office in a minute, guys. So you can see for yourself before I bring Justin on here. But I made about 15,000. My biggest month, I got paid. I became the top affiliate last month. Justin will tell you this, and I was supposed to get 12 grand, but they changed the commission structure. But I made almost $7,000 in 1 month just sharing this opportunity. When you understand how to be a super affiliate, you can take any product or service and market it the right way. And here's what I believe in:
doesn't matter if you're toothpicks or airlines.
The company must have integrity, and I must be able to get paid. I got to get paid good if I'm going to promote it. Right?
Oh, okay.
So it's got to do what it says it's going to do. So when I sell it to somebody, because of
am I wasting my time by promoting how stupid these guys are? I mean, I know these guys. What I'm doing here, and Queen of Karma as well. We're plucking through these guys one at a time, and we're doing. This is the problem with online scams. This guy here is responsible for online scams. The whole BG Wealth Sharing Network was built by these people because you have bricks that make a house. These are the bricks that make these scams grow. Are the promoters, and that's why we're going to go through these guys. I'm going to publicly name and shame him. I'm going to hand over all his details to the FBI there. I actually already have handed over his details to the IRS, and I could show you the correspondence if I had to, but I'm not going to. But I had an IRS agent reach out to me, and I said, well, I've got one for you, and I've given this guy's details over. So let's see what happens.
It has to do what it says, right? Aureus Gold does that. I put a link out there. People bought their own shares. I have some people that bought. I have one guy that bought like 500 shares, and he's got those shares, and he's a multimillionaire just by the value of the shares.
The value of the shares. Try cashing them up.
They pay me 10%. If anybody spends 10 grand to buy shares, they pay me 1,000, and I think that's fair, right? So it does what it says. They pay me like they're supposed to. And they have integrity. They keep their word.
Right.
So if you want to be a virtual millionaire,
not really.
You can do it by being a super affiliate. And I have a class. I'm going to probably teach that class next month. If you want to be a part of that, then let me know.
How to get leads.
Inbox me and say, Jimmy, I want to be a part of that super affiliate class.
I want to be part of it. But you can't email this guy.
His email address bounces back. I'm not going to discuss price because I always build value first. Right? Now. I'm almost, Justin, get ready. I'm going to bring you on here. What else I want to share here?
Yeah, good luck, Mr. Williams.
There's one other way you can become, a millionaire. There's two other things I want to share.
Bank robbery.
The main thing you can do if you don't have any rare talent, you can learn a craft. You can be a coach. You can learn something really, really good. And when you're really good.
So when I first saw this scam, I thought. At first glance, I thought it was this Aureus Swiss Gold, which is BG, another one, right? It's called, it's not spelt the same, but from a dyslexic point of view, it's AUR. This one, AUR. And this one here is behind GS Partners. And this is a big scam that's been going for ages, and it's rebranded itself, and I'm not going to go into it now. But if you looked at this one and the name, you would think they were passing off the name of another scam. Except the big difference is, if you go to this website, which has probably been seized by the FBI by now, no, it's still going. They do gold, and then when you go to this one, you've got this one here that looks like it's been designed by a 2-year-old. See all the purchases: 21 hours ago, 21 hours ago, 22 hours ago. Somebody bought 10 shares, 5 shares, and if you look even closer, this isn't actually going yet. And look, they've got graphs on here. I think they've got graphs on here. Did I just see a graph? Yep, there it is. And it's just going up. And gold is going up in value, but this project hasn't started yet. And it's just bullshit. And it's just a white paper about, what do we got? It's just, I don't even know how to say it. It's just absolutely pisses me off. Let's have a go and let them carry on. Let's go, Brady. We're nearly there.
Now you start yourself like a website, and then you start, a subscription, So let's say, you could teach people how to write books, or you could teach them how to be an author, right?
See you, Queen of Karma.
Or you can teach them how
Have a
to
good
be
night.
a speaker.
Thank you for staying up.
What you do is you create a website, you start, classes like 3 or 4 times a month, have a monthly subscription, have them pay like $99 a month.
Oh my God.
Right? So if you have 50.
I can tell you as a YouTuber with 70,000 subscribers, having people pay a subscription to even watch me, the numbers aren't there. It's absolutely crazy. So for him to even give advice about providing services and having a monthly subscription, you have to be pretty clever to do so.
Clients that do that, that's $5,000 a month. You're what I would call a virtual millionaire. Why? Because you're making $5,000 a month, which is $60,000 a year. That's equivalent to having $1 million sitting in an account somewhere with mutual funds or something like that. That's a virtual millionaire where you created that. Again, it goes back to this ability to create things. All right, you take the best talent that you have and you create something with it. All right. So if you're interested in that, I teach that in class too. In the class where I teach how to be a super affiliate, but you got to use what you have and make this kind of money. So most people have $1 million sitting around. All right. When you see what we do at Aureus, you're going to find out for a few $1,000s, $5,000 or $10,000, your life was going to change dramatically. You'll never have to work again if you know exactly what you're doing. All right. You don't sell your shares, you live on dividends. All right. I'm going to take. Now, I think I'm done with that. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to show you. I've been talking here, but let me show you guys the profit that I've made. Let me share my screen real quick because I want you to see that this is legit. This is real. And then we're going to have Justin Horn speak. Hang on 1 second, family. Here we go.
All right, let's see if we can
All
get
right.
this.
That's not what I want to show you. That's something else. Charles,
I'm interested in his desktop icon.
Here's something in the background. That's probably me giving you feedback. All right, here we go. So this is my back office here. All right. You can see the shares are currently $40 per share. It'll be 45 soon. 25 days left at that price.
So this is just
3
an
months
app.
ago. I got them at.
And the app says
I got them at $20 a share.
It's ridiculous.
A couple months ago. If you look here, this is the amount of monny. That's my current market value of my portfolio right now as we speak. All right. This is how much money I made. $15,819.93. Right. Again, I only had 10 shares at $20 a piece. I began to build my team. Right. And so I have a pretty good team. So by working hard, I have 128 shares. The amount I have to withdraw right now is $18 because I withdraw almost every day, guys. I take some money out of here every day. But I want you to see this.
He takes money out every day.
128 shares.
What does that tell you?
2026. It's going to start paying me in July. So if you guys see this video, you get in today, you probably won't get dividends in July. Your first dividend payout will probably be October. All right. So.
All right.
So that's $4,600 I'm going to get. Right.
All right.
I'm going to get $9,000 this year based on something I did one time. All right. Dramatic pause. When people see this number here, they think that's how much the shares are worth. No, they're worth about $40 a share now, but that's how much I'm going to make yearly on each share. So for instance, in July, even though we're paying $40 a share now, the market can fluctuate. So each share in July is going to be at least $36.21. You times that by 128 shares.
Oh,
and
God,
that's how
get
you
your
get this
calculator out
number,
and you'll be
okay?
rich.
Same thing in October. And the goal is 1,200 kilograms per year, right? Now, here's what's interesting. Look at this, guys. I don't do any more work. Let's go to 2027. My screen's going a little slower. All right. Check this out. The shares will be worth about $151 in January.
Yeah.
Annually, that's what I'm going to make on each share. So I'm going to make 151 times 4 per share. Right. So in January, they'll pay me almost 20 grand. Think about that. How many of you can take that and say, you know what? You can go to your boss and say, you know, I made 20,000 this month. I don't make that in 6 months. I'm going to fire you today. You can do that kind of stuff. All right. And that's what I'm going to do here.
All right, guys. I'm going to have to call it quit there because I've got to have a live. Now, if you want to watch this video now, before he removes it, because they will be removed, I'll put it in the chat room. But I think you get the idea. The whole point of this whole video was to show you guys that they bounce from one Ponzi scheme to the next. They tell you anything they want to. They don't have integrity. These guys don't have anything to do with a conscience. They will blame you when it all goes pear-shaped. And then they will criticize anyone that says it was a scam. As long as they've made money, they're all good. Now, these guys are putting all the energy into everything and they're putting everything on the risk and they're building up a team and they just come out by the hair of their chinny chin chin and make a credit or a bonus. Then it tells you the risk factor for you to have a go in this high risk industry is absolutely batshit crazy even to participate. Now, imagine being a gambler, because that's what these guys are, and they gamble their money, their crypto, on the next best thing. And these guys, in my eyes, are like addicts. They are alcoholics. They are the gamblers. They have got Ponzi scheme addiction. And these guys won't tell you how much money they really lost. And they'll double down on the next one, hoping to make it big. BG Wealth Sharing took off like a firecracker, a skyrocket, an Elon Musk rocket. Unstoppable. A lot of people got hurt. They've made so many false claims, statements, and the like. But this guy and his wife, Adelaide, was it? Whatever her name is, really just do this for a living. And it's disgusting. These are the bottom feeders. These are the lowlifes. These are the people that shouldn't have any friends. And they probably don't because they've tried to scam all their friends. These guys are scammers, horrible people. Yuck, ooh, yuck, poos and wheeze. Not nice. Get them out of your life. Challenge these guys and tell them who they are. Now, the guy that come into the room and lost the $8,000, one day you'll be watching this video. Please reach out to me. If you can go to dehek.com is my website. I'm easy to contact. Unlike these people that you've just watched, there's no contact details on the website for anyone to contact this guy. There's no phone numbers. It's all hidden stuff. It's a one-way street. You give them your money, you never see it again, and these guys move on to the next Ponzi scheme and scam. And we're on their tail. I'm Danny DeHeck, and I've got a team of Avengers that are looking out for these individuals, and we're going to terminate them and eliminate them, cause disruption, create awareness, and that's what we do. We go after anyone running or promoting a Ponzi scheme or a scam. Thanks for watching today's video. It's 3 hours and 27 minutes of my life I'll never get back again. Hope I gave you some value, and if I did, make sure you subscribe and share these videos to make me happy. And it's been another day, and that's Friday for me. I'm having tomorrow off, and then I'll be back on the go on Sunday. Now remember, I live in the future. Right now it is 20 to 6 Friday evening, and no doubt for you it's very late on Thursday night, probably Friday morning, and it's been awesome seeing you guys, and the chat room's been awesome. So thank you for a fantastic week, and I can honestly say that this week has been the most amazing week of my career as a YouTuber, and I've been doing this for over 5 years now. So thanks guys for the support. We'll see you guys in the next video. I'm Danny DeHeck.